At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Goal to go now. Again, left side. Chieftains have it working. Tanner Hand trying to stay on his feet. Back pedals in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. This time, Talon's going to go play action. He's going to look for Todd Brown, trying to get behind a defender, and he does! Touchdown! Let's see what they want to do. Maslak, design keeper. Maslak cuts it into the end zone. Get in there, freshman, on senior night. Trying to go direct snap to Sylvie. Looking to pass. Puts it in the end zone. Intercepted. Elijah Hotel seals it for the Chieftains.
This is Chieftain Football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A picture-perfect day for a matchup of 2-1 teams in the Frontier League as the Chieftains, playing their first of two games on the road, take on the Paola Panthers tonight here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As always, is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. This is how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most. Call 913-369-6600. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here, ready for the game tonight as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com. And Denny, like I already mentioned, couldn't ask for another beautiful night of football. We are out here, not fully in the elements. We're on the outside of the press box, but we're covered here, so that's very nice. Been shaded for the afternoon, but let's talk about this matchup here tonight. First with the Chieftains. They went from shutout in week 2 to putting up 40 last week in the homecoming game win against Lansing, 40-15, to officially cap off the successful homecoming week full of festivities. And the offense got going, which was really important, and that saw 4 different Chieftains hit pay dirt. That really opened up the offense then. Hopefully it continues to do that as we progress throughout this season.
Yeah, no question about it. And the continued development of our quarterback. I mean, he looked really good last week. He was the player of the game, Bodie Maslak, just a sophomore, and he's coming into his own. If he can stay hot and the line can keep him clean, should be a good night for the Chieftains.
Oh, no doubt about it. Talking about Bodie, his performance. He notched his first 2 passing touchdowns to go along with 2 more on the ground. 4 total touchdowns on the night. We mentioned 4 Chieftains, 4 different Chieftains receiving a pass that game, too. That was the first time where more than 3 had a reception in a single game, and it led with Jacob Moritz, who had another spectacular night at home with 5 catches, 160 yards, and he finally got his first touchdown. He had all these different yards and was still looking for that touchdown. He finally hit pay dirt then, and now this squad they roll into tonight, they face Paola. They're pretty revamped from a season ago. They started this year off on the right foot. They're 2-1 back-to-back wins to start the year against Fort Scott and Lewisburg. And when you're talking about those 2 teams, those are 2 teams that were the number 2 and number 4 seeds respectively in the playoffs last year, although they did get took one on the chin last week at Ottawa, 40-7. The Cyclones, perennial favorites right now to win the Frontier League. There's a good group of teams still in the mix, including both these teams tonight still sitting at 2-1. So I think tonight it's pretty safe to say this composes a measuring stick game for the Panthers coming again against this Chieftain squad, as Paola will now be looking to see what they have going for them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I kind of look for them to be evenly matched. Of course, you never know until they get in the trenches and start hitting, but on paper, this looks like a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, what's the saying is that everybody has a game plan until you get popped in the mouth. I don't remember what fighter said that back in the day. If it was Tyson or whatever, but that's
it was Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of the way these things can go sometimes. We got plenty to break down with this matchup and more coming up in the S&S Body pregame show. We'll be back with more here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie. Offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit LaddServiceCo.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Back here live from Paola High School in Paola, Kansas. The SNS Body pregame show continues on. First, let's take a look at some other matchups happening around the area tonight. Our Wizard of Paws area matchups. Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. Starting up at the top, Atchison at Schlegel. In the UKC, the Lansing Lions, back-to-back losses for them, courtesy of the Chieftains last week, 40-15. They're looking to get back in the win column on the road tonight at Topeka West to take on the Chargers. Big one in the UKC, Denny. Baser, Linwood, and DeSoto, a battle of early season undefeateds going at it. That should be a great test for Baser. I know you and I, we talk a lot about your personal family ties with quarterback Carson Dixon.
Yeah, no question.
He's looking like one of the premier guys in the States right now.
Yeah, no question. And he was actually interviewed on YouTube the other day, so I don't know if any of you caught that, but obviously I'm a little biased, but he comes from a great family, and he is a really good kid and quite an athlete.
Yes, he is, no doubt about it. Chieftains will be seeing him 2 weeks from now, along with the rest of that Bobcat squad. Shawnee Heights at Leavenworth, staying in the UKC. Other action around 4A, St. James Academy at home, hosting the Blue Valley Tigers. Bishop Miege on the road at Rockhurst. Bishop Miege, Rockhurst, the holy war, the holy battle, whatever you want to call it. It's always a great matchup when the Stags and the Hawklets rumble on the football field. And just a big one in general here. Mill Valley, perennial powerhouse at 5A, on the road, taking on Lawrence High School tonight. I just wanted to throw in one little sweet matchup there. That's a big one. 5 and 6A crossing over in Kansas. Here in the Frontier League, Baldwin on the road. They're not taking on the Burlington Wildcats. They're taking on the Wellsville Eagles tonight. The Ottawa Cyclones at the Eudora Cardinals. How about Eudora?
That should be a good game tonight, partner.
No doubt about it.
Eudora, coming off that big win.
Yep. 10-point victory over Spring Hill that earned head coach Drew Steffen the Kansas City Chiefs High School Coach of the Week honors this past week. He got a game ball delivered to him and all that. And, that could be, if Eudora comes out with a win there tonight, look out for the Cardinals. They could be flying high. Same thing with the Cyclones. Lewisburg at Bonner Springs, still the winless Lewisburg Wildcats. 0-3 to start for Coach Drew Harding's squad in really unfamiliar territory. They hadn't lost coming into the season more than 3 games under Coach Harding. Already 0-3 this year. They look to get their first win tonight against the other winless team in the league, the Bonner Springs Braves. And Spring Hill at Piper. And, of course, our matchup here, Tonganoxie and Paola. We'll give you updates on these scores at halftime and then later on in the Brothers Market postgame show, as we'll continue to keep an eye on all of these. We'll continue on in the SNS Body pregame show when we return. We'll take a look at the game last week, give our Tonganoxie Public Library game recap and analysis when we return.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Danny, like you and I were talking about, 'tis the season, homecoming festivities all the way around, everywhere we go. So that is a bit of what is happening here tonight as we are still in the S&S Body pregame show. Homecoming tonight here for the Panthers. Chieftains looking to play spoiler. Although the Lansing Lions, they were looking to do that last week. It did not work out very well for them. It's time for our Brothers Market last game recap and analysis. Why pay for downloadable audiobooks when you can stream them for free with a Tonganoxie library card? Here we go in the first quarter. Both teams go 3 and out their first offensive possessions. Bodie's going to roll out. This is a big third down at 16. Big conversion as he found Jacob Morin's his first catch of the night. Here's a 4th and 2 play and another big conversion for the Chieftains at Bodie Maslak. Strong running from him over there on that right side. Chieftains are marching in the red zone. Bodie going to run with it here. 6-yard touchdown. Lowers the shoulder. Look at this. Boom! Right there at the goal line, running over a Lion for the first score of the night. I'd be pretty excited about that play too. Chieftains back with the ball. Defense getting a stop. Taking the shot. Denny, you called it in live action. He found Kipton Harder down the field. Sets the Chieftains up again. Goal to go at the 6. This time they call number 6, Blake Riedel. He'll take it in just like that. Chieftains in the first quarter put up 14 on top against the Lions. Try to go with some Wildcat play here. This is 4th and 2. Jackson Pollard tried to stretch for it there at the end. You see the knees aren't down. He needed to stretch, needed to get just about another half yard. They called him short. Didn't even bring the chains out to measure. Another stop for the Chieftain defense. Hello, Roman Holthaus gets the pitch from Bodie. Good run. They called him just a couple of yards short of the line to gain. So here's another 4th and 2. Chieftains converted earlier. Not going to get it here, though. Noah Mathis blowing up the offensive line, bringing Bodie down short of the line to gain. Now what can the Lions do with it? In desperate need of something. Here's a throw over the middle. Little off balance, but he finds his man, Jamison Barnes, as Barnes takes it down the field. His first catch of the season. Barnes had a big night against the Chieftains. Now Garcia saying, I can do it with my legs as well. Gets a scramble, makes a man miss, picks up the first down, slides down inside the 15. Goal to go now at the 6. Jackson Pollard, nasty cut, makes a couple of men miss. He takes it in for a 6-yard rushing touchdown. Much needed for the Lions. 14-7. Bodie gonna take a shot. There it is. Jacob Morin's just one man to beat, and he will go. Longest play from scrimmage, 66 yards. And a quick answer for the Chieftains. That really halted any momentum. Extra point was blocked. It stays 20-17. John Golba shrugging off the initial block and it gets into the backfield. He gets his first sack of the season. Chieftains back with the ball. Tipped just when you think things couldn't go anymore against Lansing. How about that on the deflection? Jacob Morin says, thank you very much. Weaves his way through. Again, one man to beat. He'll be tripped up inside the 10. And a couple of plays later, Bodie Maslak, he says, I want number 2 on the ground, number 3 on the night. He takes it in from 1 yard out. 6 seconds to go in the first half. 26-7. Opening drive in the third quarter for the Lions. 3rd down and 9. Garcia trying to direct traffic, looking for a man, has a man, Stevens, and he drops it in the bucket. First catch of the night for Stevens as he brought it in for a 44-yard touchdown. Lions trying to get back into this one, but again, Chieftains trying to make something happen, but that's a mistake from Bodie, his 2nd interception of the season as he throws that one away. We go to the 4th quarter now. Lansing not able to do anything with it. Chieftains with the ball. 4th down and 6. All that space on the right side. Elijah Holthaus gets your first touchdown of the season from 21 yards out. Big one there for the junior. Back with the ball. Paxton Summers, the one that breaks through there. He had 2 sacks filling in for the injured Joel Murray. Paxton Summers had a great night on defense. 33-15. They hand it to Jacob Moranz on the end around, his second rushing attempt on the season, and that one hits pay dirt from 16 yards out, and that puts the exclamation point on a dominant 40-15 homecoming win for the Chieftains over the Lansing Lions. And we knew later on in that game, tensions were getting pretty high. Right. It was getting a little chippy, but the Chieftains were able to push through all of that, punch it in there. A couple of final scores in the fourth quarter, 14-0. They outscored the Lions in the fourth, and they were able to put that one on ice officially, move them up to 2-1. That sets up the matchup here tonight with the 2-1 Paola Panthers here within the Frontier League. And this is still, you're looking at the early league standings, this is still anybody's league to take right now coming into week 4. And this is a big matchup. The winner of this game is really going to continue to stay in the mix, while the loser could drop a game or two back of the number 1 seed and really put themselves in a harder spot to try to win the title as the season goes along. But we'll break down this matchup, give you some First Security Bank keys to the game, all that and more coming up when we return on Talkie Sports Live.
More toppings, more
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities and space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website, msa.bank.com, to learn more. Member FDIC.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Here, S&S Body pregame show. They just announced the homecoming king and queen here singing the fight song as we are just a little over 8 minutes to go until kickoff in this one. Let's take a look real quick at our player spotlight tonight presented by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. As we go over, obviously, to that Paola side, a couple of players we're going to keep an eye on. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier on the pregame show, is that this is a team that they lost a lot of their bigger names like J.D. Troutman, Jasper Logan, those kind of guys. They graduated last year. Filling in that role in the backfield is going to be quarterback Mason Stein. He takes a spot of Jasper Logan from last season. So far, Mason Stein this year coming in as the sophomore, 6'2", 188 pounds. He's completed 57% of his passes so far this year for 347 yards, for 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Not too bad for your first 3 games starting at the varsity level, and particularly in a Paola offense where we'll get into this a little bit later on too, but they're going to be a run-heavy. They're not going to. They don't really want to come out try to keep it balanced. They try to run the ball down your throat, run behind those big fellas on the offensive line, get 4, 5, 6 yards of carry. But when they need Stein to throw it through the air and make some plays, he's been able to do that at times. And the other guy in the backfield, other sophomore as well, Bodie Shea, 5'7", 175-pound tailback, and he fills in the role of J.D. Troutman from last season. He's off to a great start as well. 7.4 yards per carry on average, Denny, and 3 touchdowns. He can also be a receiving threat out of the backfield, although, again, they like to hand him the ball than to throw him the ball. But that tandem in the backfield, I know that I'm going to be having my eyes on them over on that Paola side. And then for the Chieftains, I think it's pretty simple. I think it's Brady Martin. We saw him get his first action last week. He was away from the team for the first 2 weeks of the year, but he was with them last week, and they had him playing all over the field on defense, at special teams, and then when Holthouse tweaked his knee, they put him in as tight end, and he was getting in there throwing some blocks around. So I think the big question is, how is he going to look tonight, and where is he going to be playing tonight? I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, no question, because it's a big loss losing Holthouse on that end rush position, because he was living in the backfield last week all night long. So hopefully Brady Martin can step up and fill that void and come away with a win.
Yeah, we'll see. So like we were just kind of alluding to there, Elijah Holthouse, this is news that was just coming down today, a couple of hours before the game, is that last week
was on that touchdown.
It was on that 21-yard touchdown. He tweaked his knee, looked like a lower leg injury, and didn't sound like he practiced much this week. He went to the doctor. That's as much as we know, but we know that he's in street clothes tonight. So that front line, he's there as the starting tight end and defensive end. His presence was more felt, I think, on the defensive side.
No question.
Like you mentioned, his tackles for losses, sealing the edges, making life not very enjoyable for opposing tackles. But he was also out there as the tight end, and he was able to get some big blocks for the running backs and for Bodie when he decided to run. So we'll see how big that loss is felt tonight of Elijah Holthouse, and hopefully we have him back here soon.
Yeah, no question, because he's very assignment sound on defense, and like you said, partner, he can lay the wood on the blocking for his running backs and his quarterback.
Outside of that, it's pretty much the same across the board still on that defensive side. Joel Murray was banged up, knee injury for him as well. He's wearing that brace. Hope to hopefully see him back again with this team later on this season. But Paxton Summers fills in the spot for him. And,
man, he made the most of it.
2 sacks for number 22 last week, and a couple of times he was just in the backfield blowing up plays as well. So Paxton Summers, he'll be on that linebacker line with Owen Robbins and Blake Riedel. And, I would say, seeing how they performed tonight, but through the first month of the season, I think you could say for Tongi in the Frontier League and 4A, they can have one of the most fierce front sixes, front sevens in the entire league so far, I think.
No question.
So, then, like I said, offensive side, same as it was last week, minus Elijah Holthouse. Expect Brady Martin to slide in maybe to that tight end spot, or it could be somebody else, maybe Roman Holthouse we see put in there.
Next man up.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Next man up mentality here in Tonganoxie. No doubt about it. Both Chieftains and the Panthers making their way onto the field here. We step aside with kickoff coming up next here on Tongi Sports Live.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
We are ready for kickoff in this one, and you've been watching the SNS Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's now time for our First Security Bank keys to the game. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. And Denny, keys to a Chieftain win tonight, what does it look like?
Well, I think it looks a lot like the way the offensive and defensive line played last week. If you control the line of scrimmage, that's always we're usually where the game's won and lost is at the line of scrimmage. So hopefully they can continue down that path. I think they need to try to stay balanced on offense. They've done a pretty good job so far with substitute and run and pass. So I think if they stay balanced on offense, I think we can also see that they have to be solid and assignment sound in their lanes, because you don't want to let those running backs, if you're not in that hole where you should be, if he gets through there, it could be a long night. But
yeah, you mentioned being the assignment sound and everything. You're going to see a lot of motioning pre-snap from Paola tonight, and a lot of guys going in different directions. And that's where on defense you got to know, say, my assignment is the quarterback. His assignment behind me or next to me is going to get the tailback or the fullback or whatever it is. And you just got to trust that I'm going to go full throat to my guy, and then hope my teammate, trust my teammate, is there to make that play too. So that's going to be big tonight, as always, on any given night.
Yeah. We had an awful lot of penalties last week, too, partner. We need to clean that up.
Oh, no doubt about it. Let's take a look at the Grounded weather report tonight by Grounded Coffee House. They serve great coffee with an even greater cause. Follow them on Facebook and check out their website, groundedcoffeehouse.tonganoxie.org. 75 degrees here at kickoff. No humidity, pretty much, just 1%, and a slight wind of about 4 miles per hour. This is football weather, Denny.
Oh, no question about it. It's a beautiful night.
Cody Lobb has it teed up. Chieftains won the toss, deferred their option as we are underway here. Another Friday night on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and we will see the Paola Panthers take over off the fair catch at about their own 25-yard line. This is where we will get our first look at Mason Stein, coming off a game last week at Ottawa, 7 of 19, 106 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That was his first interception of the season. Prior to that, he was 3-0 as far as the touchdown-interception ratio, as this offense will look to get back on track, just held to 7 points last week on Ottawa on the 40-7 loss. As they go 1st and 10, a pitch out and snuffing it out quickly. They try to get in the hands of Bodie Shea, and it's Blake Riedel. Shot out of a cannon. Comes up to blow the play up. A big loss on the first play of scrimmage.
Yeah, we've talked about it many times, partner. He's a state a state qualified wrestler, and I tell you what, he wraps up and tackles as good as anyone on this team.
He almost didn't need to wrap up that time. He just kind of shot through and
Yeah.
got the shoulder right into the thigh of Shea and tripped him up. Tight formation here. Shea, the man in the backfield. They will go to him trying to follow his fullbacks, and Shea able to get a little more breathing room there. And again, it's Riedel that finds him. As Shea might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, and yeah, that's about it. So
Blake
third and
Riedel
10.
on the tackle again.
Yes, sir.
Make that 6, Blake Riedel.
Back-to-back plays made on defense for Blake Riedel. 3rd and 10 here now for the Panthers, and you got to imagine this is going to be a passing down here. They like to keep it about 70-30 as far as run to pass for the ideal offense for fourth-year head coach Mike Smith, but going to be forced to more than likely throw here.
Yeah, I think you got to look for the pass here.
Play clock 7 seconds as they get it lined up. Man going to be sent in motion. That's Blake Cosso, and down he goes in the backfield, and Denny, welcome in Roman Holthouse.
Roman Holthouse. Filling in for his brother.
You can say that again.
And doing it well. He's lucky that he held on to that ball because that was blindside.
Man, that was all the way through. Very little resistance for Roman coming off the edge. And we talked about it with his older brother Elijah not being able to play tonight. Who's going to fill in that spot? No better than looking to within the family, right?
Oh, no question.
Roman Holthouse, his first varsity sack.
He's going to be a star.
Still got 3 more years with him after this. Going to be fun to watch him grow and develop. Punt is away. Nyhart will get away.
Yeah, they're going to get it at the 48-yard line. Good field position.
Extra pushing and shoving there over on the far side of the field. In the middle of that was Case and Lindsay for the Chieftains, and for the Panthers it was Trace Metcalf, but don't see any laundry on the field here. So now the Chieftains will take over right near midfield. Led by sophomore quarterback Bodie Mazlak, closing in on his first month as the varsity starter, coming off a career game last week. 4 total touchdowns, 2 through the air, 2 on the ground. They'll go on the ground here. Riedel has an edge on that left side, tries to cut it back in, runs into the back of his lineman. Still's able to pick up a pretty good gain here after that kind of felt like he was stuck in a rut right around the line of scrimmage. Wasn't going forward, but he was able to get through.
Yeah, he looks like he picked up half of it. Riedel rarely goes down on first contact.
So far, that is the indication.
Bring up 2nd down and 5 across midfield and down to the tail of 47-yard line.
So exactly gets half of it now. 2nd and 5, Mazlak at midfield. Takes the snap, going to take it himself with a convoy on the right side. First down and more. Bodie Mazlak chased down from behind right before he gets to the 25-yard line.
Great opening drive for the Chieftains. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Number 25, Maximus Jones. Mark off road progress down to the Paola 27-yard line. First down.
Nice gain, 20-plus yards on the ground for Bodie. Coming into this game on the ground as he has 181. He's now at 200 on the season. Back on the ground, Riedel, left side, makes one man miss, takes a hard hit, takes him forward, but it's still another great chunk on first down.
Blake really good at reading his blocks.
Tailback number 6, Blake Riedel with the carry. Avoids a tackle for loss in the backfield, picks up positive yards.
3 plays, 3 rushes for the Chieftains, 2 for Riedel, 1 for Mazlak. And they have it churning. In the red zone they go.
Gain of 6, 2nd down 4.
Give him 6 that time. 2 carries, 11 rushes now for Riedel. As Bodie pulls it out last second.
Good read by Bodie Mazlak there.
No doubt. Needed 4, got 5. Another fresh set of downs for the Chieftains.
Tackled near the line to gain. We'll wait the spot. Brought down by number 25.
I don't know how he pulled that out at the last second.
Well, he did. He saw the linebacker crash down on his running back. He pulled it out and picked up the first down.
Now first down 10. The Paola 17.
Chieftains white helmet, white jersey, red pants. Fakes the give to Riedel. Roll out to the right. Throw a little bit low. And incomplete. Looking for his man. Like that was Brady Martin out there in the pattern. And it was 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brody was rolling out to his right. He had to kind of throw that back across his body and just couldn't get quite enough on it.
We'll see what they draw up here. That's really the first play that's gone nowhere for the Chieftains on this drive. First pass attempt as well. They go back on the ground, eating it up the middle. Chieftain run offense has it going here. Looks about another 6-yard gain on the ground.
Well, you got to be impressed with the Tonganoxie offensive line so far. They're opening up running lanes.
5 yards to go. It's third down.
7th play of the drive coming up here. 3rd down and 5. First third down the Chieftains had faced tonight. They got Paxton Summers in the backfield now, giving Riedel a breather. 2 receivers out to the far side, 1 near side. That's number 7, Landon Ruff. Maslak relaying something to the line of scrimmage, calls for the snap, takes it. Summers lowers the shoulder, trying to get those 5 yards. He's going to be close. He's brought back, slung down to the turf. Maximus Jones there for the Panthers, and it looks like he's going to be short. And a 4th down coming up here, and no doubt Chieftains will go for this.
Oh, yeah. They are well within field goal range, but I think that they feel pretty confident they can pick up 2 yards here.
Fourth and 2, that's what it is. Summers still in the backfield. It's Maslak design keep. He's going to get the first down. Follows that kind of cloud of bodies over there to the right side, and Bodie takes it inside the 5 down to around the 4.
Corbin Truitt had a good block for his quarterback there too, partner.
When the run offense is going this well, you know those big boys up front, they're moving furniture
yep.
into the end zone, trying to lower the shoulder. Bodie keeps on fighting, and he's in. Touchdown, Chieftains. What a statement.
Number 9, Bodie Maslak with the carry.
Ran right behind John Golba that time, I believe, partner.
That would be a good man to do it behind. Chieftains just forcing it down the Panthers' throat that entire drive. Only one pass they attempted. It was an incompletion. Rest of it on the ground. Cody Lobb on for the extra point try. It is up, and it is good.
Extra point is up and good.
And the Chieftains waste no time. A 3 and out thanks to the first varsity sack for Roman Holthaus. Offense turns around, goes down the field, and scores on a 4-yard rushing touchdown from Bodie Maslak. 7-0 Chieftains here in Paola.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
A 4-yard rushing touchdown from Bodie Maslak caps off a 9-play drive, 8 runs to just 1 pass in. That's exactly, you could not ask for a better start to a ball game than what the Chieftains have here. 3 and out, you already get the sack, your defensive line's feeling good, and your offense, they got the rush attack going. This could be a long night for Paola if things don't turn around.
Yeah, no question.
Sasha Pachenko back to return this kickoff, looming from Cody Lobb. Bodie Maslak now his 5th rushing touchdown, 7th on the season total. Be taken in on that far sideline cut, trying to make a man miss, and the kickoff coverage team good for the Chieftains. They wrap him up inside the 20. And now the Panthers will come out for their second drive. 3 and out they went. They went on the ground 2 times for Bodie Shea. It was 2 tackles for Blake Riedel, and then they went back to pass. And pretty much untouched off the edge was Roman Holthaus. So we'll be seeing what this Panther offense, what adjustments they make to try to put a drive together here. Answer the touchdown for the Chieftains on their first possession of the ball game. They will line up again, just one receiver out wide on the near side. Shea hurdles one of his players, and he is tripped up. That'll be good for just about a gain of a couple, no more.
Gain of 3 will bring up 2nd down and 7 up to the 20-yard line.
Actually give him 3 yards on that carry. Now 2nd and 7. Stein will come under center here. Go again, trying to attack that right side of the defensive line. Running behind the left side of the offensive line is Paola, but right now it's not working out so far.
No, it's not. It was hell for no gain.
Paxton Summers that time helping to get in on the stop for the Chieftains. Panthers led head coach Mike Smith, his 4th year at the helm for the Panthers, 10-20 overall record after finishing 1-8 last year. His team now faces a 3rd down and 7 as they will look over. Audible change here. See what the Panthers come with on 3rd down and 7.
They're going to have to throw.
They will. Near side, has a man, high points it and brings it down. Nice looking catch there. Sasha Pichneko, the leading receiver for the Panthers, sets him up near midfield. Well, they needed that, no doubt.
Yeah, they did.
Not necessarily bad coverage for the Chieftains there either. That's just a great throw location from Stein and going up to high point on the catch, Sasha Pichneko. We go under 5 to go in the first quarter. Here's the first pass attempt on the night for the Panthers. It works out now. Shea trying to jumpstart that running game. He's going to get 1.
Guess who?
Good.
Paxton Summers.
That's Summers in there again.
You know, partner, you just love to see when guys get an opportunity to play, they step up.
No doubt about it.
And Paxton is definitely making the most of his opportunity.
As the Panthers, they will huddle up here now as Coach Mike Smith wanting them to slow things down a little bit. Smith, he was originally attended Paola High School back in the day. He played high school football here, was on the staff for Coach Dumpert, longtime coach here for the Panthers, as Bodie Shea will go down to a knee. Again, it was Paxton Summers in the area, and Shea goes down to a knee, and that'll be a loss for Paola.
Shea slips in the backfield to mark off the loss after his knee went down.
Loss of 4 through the ground they tried to go that time.
Well, look for him to go to Pachinko again. He's lined up with Hunter Neihart.
Neihart, a terrific game last week. He was a big part of keeping Jackson Pollard really in check. Hunter Neihart did a phenomenal job. They do go through the air, but way too high and incomplete. Pichneko was running the go route up the near sideline. He tried to throw it near side to Blake Koslow, and Koslow immediately looking over and pointing downfield and saying, look, we got our guy Sasha.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not a white jersey really near him as he was getting inside the 20.
No, Neihart crashed down. And Pachinko was on his way. So the Chieftains hold again.
Another punt forced. Fair catch going to be called for and brought in just shy of the 25.
Yeah, that was a line drive.
It was a line drive, a little bit of a knuckle. Kind of that ball was just spinning around up there in the air. 3 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Chieftains 7, Panthers nothing. We welcome the offense for Tongi back out onto the field, and they went 9 plays their first drive, went down the field and scored. They were set up about right around midfield. It was a 52-yard drive that ended in pay dirt, and that's exactly what you want. And you got to imagine the Chieftains are going to go right back to that running game, continue to go to the well, and pretty much until Paola stops them. I don't think they're going to change from that, right? As I say that, here's a throw down the line.
Wide receiver screen.
Jacob Marins will take it.
He'll get half of
30.
it.
Gain of 7 on the reception.
Actually 7 on the gain there. First completion of the night for Bodie. He finds his favorite receiver, Jacob Marins.
Tackle made by number 11 for the Panthers, Brody Lano. 2nd down.
Marins is on the season and tonight leading receiver, 10 receptions, 362 yards, Denny.
Wow.
That one touchdown he had last week to finally get him into the scoring column at least. It was like he had all the yards, just didn't quite have the touchdowns. That changed last week.
Bodie
down.
will get the first down. A penalty flag comes in. Right now it's a first down gain, but let's see what the penalty is.
Chieftains are walking back. Yeah, it's a holding penalty.
Mark off a 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So it will be against the Chieftains as they will
be second and
move it
13.
back up. Yeah, that was some last week in that game against Lansing. Penalties definitely. They were a factor.
Yep.
No doubt about it. They had 13 total penalties last week. Lansing
bad.
had 11 for 24 total. We mentioned the second half. It did get a little chippy, so there were some unsportsmanlike, but the majority of those were false starts, holdings, and all those. And definitely the sloppiest game as far as penalties go for the Chieftain on the season, just about a month in. Throw to middle, through the hands, incomplete. Was looking for his man, Kipton Harder. So that penalty, it takes away the first down. Now it backs you up. Now that incompletion, you got a third and long here.
Yep, that's why we talk about it every game on the keys to the game. You've got to keep penalties, especially drive killers. Or if you're extending a drive for your opponent.
Let's see what the Chieftains will draw up here. Hunter Neihart is in, filling in that tight end spot with the injured Elijah Holthouse. Bodie will throw and takes his man down to the turf, Blake Riedel. It is a completion, but not for enough, just 4 yards, and the punting unit will come on for Tongi.
Fourth down and long, lining up in punt formation is Tonganoxie back deep to return the punt for the Panthers is number 7.
So the Chieftains, 8 plays they ran on that first drive to open the game on the scoring drive. They went on the ground. They went pass, run, which was called back on the penalty, and then pass to follow up behind the sticks.
Good
and they go 3
roll.
and out. Good punt indeed. Nicely done for Bodie. He will pin the Panthers back at their 35-yard line. It continues to stay 7-0, under 2 to go until we close the book on this first quarter. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan here live in Paola. Denny, I missed you on the call last night for Chieftains soccer.
Oh, yeah.
We're glad you're able to rejoin us here tonight. 4-0 victory for the Chieftains over the Cyclones last night. And how about this, a hat trick for Jamison Breitzman.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Good for you, Jamison.
Cody Lobb also tacked on a point there, too. So
great.
Gets the goal in the win last night. Now he's here with us here tonight as the place kicker for the Chieftains. And Coach Smith, not liking what he's seeing out there, he's going to take his first time out.
Yeah, I think the play clock was about to run down on him.
Was getting close. So that'll halt things for the time being. Let's go ahead and let's take a look over one of my favorite segments of the broadcast, History 101, presented by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Whether you want to take classes in high school or after graduation, KCKCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you today at kckcc.edu. 24th meeting between the Chieftains and the Panthers happening here tonight. Tonganoxie with the all-time series lead, 13-10. A big part of that is they've won the last 4 games, have the Chieftains. The first matchup all the way back in 1963. That was a 12-6 Tonganoxie victory. These two teams, they were familiar with each other, members of the old Pioneer League through the 70s and the 80s. And then after the 1982 season, they did not meet until 2018. That's when the Chieftains left, went to the Call Valley League. And they are now obviously common opponents here. Lone playoff meeting was back in 2018 where the Panthers won 35-13. As your History 101 between the Chieftains and the Panthers, presented by KCKCC. So out of the timeout, they go through the air, and it's going to go incomplete, looking for his man near side. He was falling down as he was trying to bring it in. He was looking for Pichneko again. He hit Pichneko on a crucial 3rd and long that saw the Panthers pick up about 20 yards through the air, and outside of that, the passing game has not been able to get going. Early movement there from Gavin Rhodes, but nobody on the offensive line moves, so penalty flags do not come out. 2nd and 10 off the incompletion. They'll hand it to Shea, and he is met in the backfield, and the ball might have came out.
Who's got it?
Yep. And the Chieftains have it. And I believe it was Baron Dorn, the man that came up with it on the recovery. They say Summers, but I thought I saw Dorn had the ball regardless. Chieftains get a turnover.
That's big. And it's in Paola territory, too.
Drive killer now for the Panthers. In plus territory go the Chieftains. Mazlak wants a shot down the field and nearly just gave it back to him, and Bodie was hit as he threw.
Yeah, we got a flag on a late flag came in.
A flag in the secondary.
Okay, good eye there, Denny. My eyes immediately went to Mazlak, a little shaken up on that play. He was hit as he threw it. Let's see what this penalty flag is. I think it's going to be a sideline warning against Paola. And Bodie, again, he appears to be okay. No harm, no foul there.
Bodie's
2nd
as
and
tough
10,
as they come.
no doubt. Hand off, quick feet, powers forward as he crosses the 30 and doesn't get much further.
Pick up a strong 4.
Inside handoff, ball carrier number 6, Blake Riedel once again. Tackle made in the interior of the line.
Another 4-yard gain for Blake Riedel. For just being his 4th carry on the night, 5 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards. It's not the clip you want to be at if you're a tailback.
That's right.
Here comes a 3rd down and 6 for the Chieftains. 0 for 2 so far on the night on 3rd down. Looking to convert here. And Riedel is met. That window closed on him right as he was shooting it up the gut.
It'll be 4-down territory, though.
No doubt.
Handoff goes to number 6, Riedel once again. Swallowed in the middle of the line by number 25.
The Chieftains continuing their bit of struggles on 3rd downs this season. I mean, you look back at last week, they only, I believe, were, 3 for 11 or 4 for 12, something like that. They open up this game 0 for 3, 15 seconds. They don't have to run a play here if they don't want to. About a 3-second difference between play clock and game clock, and it looks like the Chieftains might just let this one go to the 2nd quarter, and that's what they will do. So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Chieftains, getting close to the red zone. They'll be looking to convert. 1 down, 3 to go here from Paola. We'll be back with more Chieftain football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Went back into break. I found that 3rd down total last week. 4 of 9, so not too terrible. They were 1 for 2 on 4th downs, and they're looking to go 2 for 2 on 4th downs here tonight. This is a 4th and 3 for the Chieftains off the fumble recovery that was put on the ground from Bodie Shea at the Panthers. Right on the edge of the red zone. Chieftains looking to convert here to not come up empty-handed.
Yeah, this was no gimme.
No doubt. Another tight formation here for the Chieftains. One receiver out to the far side. Mazlak calls for it, gives it. Riedel on that left side trying to stretch it out, and I don't think he got there. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Needed 3, he gets 2. And right now, off that initial spot from the official, it is going to be a turnover on downs for the Chieftains, and they will not even bring the chains out to measure.
Panthers take over on down.
So that opening drive that saw the Chieftains go right down the field and score. Their defense has been able to limit the Paola offense, back-to-back punts, and then that fumble recovery. But now you look at the Chieftains' back-to-back possessions, a punt, and then that turnover on down. So maybe things starting to slow down a little bit. Defense will look for another stop. Hand it to Shea. Met in the backfield. Holthouse v. Summers. Kipton Harder coming in there at the end to finish it off.
I'm telling you what.
That was actually.
Their first was number 57.
Yeah, 57 was the one back there. That was Owen Robbins, another phenomenal linebacker for this squad. I've been so used to seeing 22 back there. I thought in a quick flash that was him, but Robbins and Holthouse were the ones to make first contact. Harder comes in there at the end. No gain for Bodie Shea on the ground once more. Fake it to him. Stein looking to throw. Has to get it out quick. Has Shea, and he has some room with blockers. First down picked up for Paola. Chieftains not able to bring him down. Not until he gets to the 39.
That was an excellent executed screen pass by the Paola Panthers there.
And I would agree with you there wholeheartedly. That pressure was coming right at Stein. If he held on to it for another half second, a white jersey's hitting him, and he's going down on the turf, but he's able to dump it off to Shea. Big 15 yards there for the Panthers.
Well, a screen pass is always a good call when you got a team that's rushing you, like the Chieftains.
They want to go back to the air, and he will, and it's offline. Incomplete. Looking in the direction of Sasha Pishneko again for the Panthers with back there and covered. I believe Hunter Neihart was the Chieftain back there, as looks like Pishneko was making his way towards the middle of the field, and Stein thought he was going to keep going up the red line, as they call it, up the near sideline, but that was not the case. Back-to-back pass attempts here for the Panthers. Maybe looking to air it out a little bit more, open up the running game that way. Loaded up protection on that right side. Now the man's going to move in motion. They fake it to Shea. Now they throw out here near the flats. It will be caught. Kipton Harder and Brady Martin in on the stop for the Chieftains. He hits his man in stride, number 33, Rylan Grandin, the junior, 5'11", 175 pounds. So he got about 8 of it.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 for the Panthers here.
47-yard line.
Grandin, his first reception of the season for the Panthers. Makes it 3rd and short. Shea looking to pick it up, and he will as he tumbles forward into Chieftain territory past midfield.
Paxton Summers. 4-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Panthers.
Now here comes Paola all of a sudden. They get a couple of conversions, Denny, and they are in Chieftain territory.
Yeah, no question. They're looking much better. Student body right formation.
Shea in the 3-point stance. Up the gut they go. Chieftains are there. That time it's Corbin Truitt that'll wrap him up and bring him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain again for Paola.
Tackler number 70, Corbin Truitt.
And Stein looking at through the air. He had 7 completions last week against Ottawa. He's already got 4 here in the first half. So a much more efficient start through the air. Bumbles the snap for a moment. Still time to throw. And he hits his man. Able to get by a couple of Chieftain defenders. And Blake Riedel and company able to slow him down right as he gets to 25. But another big gainer. 23 yards that time through the air.
Reception made by number 5, Sasha Pachinko, 23-yard gain on the play.
Calls the number of Pachinko once again. 2 catches, 43 yards in this first half for Sasha Pachinko.
Paola's been doing it on the passing game.
Had that slight bobble, was still enough time to collect it and found his man. And a poor angle for the Chieftains allowed him to get more up the field, but a false start will come in here, and that will move the Panthers back 5 yards.
Stoppage of play. False start of the offense. Mark off a 5-yard penalty.
That's the first official penalty in the books for the Panthers. They had a sideline warning in the first quarter, but that's the first one that has actually cost them yardage. Backs them up 5 yards. 1st and 10, now becomes 1st and 15 at the Chieftain 30. Eighth play of this drive for Paola. They're 4th in the game, and another flag will come in and stop the play.
I think it may be a procedure call.
On the field.
Yep.
False start of the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Well, the Panthers now going backwards, back-to-back, losses of 5 on the penalties.
Yeah, they're going the wrong way if you're a Panthers fan.
Paola last week committed 8 penalties on the road against Ottawa.
Yeah, you don't want to be helping good teams with penalties.
So on back-to-back false starts, it's 1st and 20. Backs him up to the Chieftain 35, and he's going to try to get all the yards back and then some. On the far side, batted away. Hunter Neihart in coverage, and a late flag will come in.
I think he might have got there a little early, but that was really good coverage.
Some late contact there at the end. The flag came in a little later as Neihart is asking the official, where exactly did I do wrong?
Yeah, because he turned to face the ball.
So now 3 straight plays that are going to be wiped off the books via penalties. It was first -10 to Paola, and they're going to get 15 given here for the Chiefs. I mean, it's all that. It's a net of 5 yards still for Paola.
Yep.
That's well, did they just say no penalty?
No, they're marking it off.
Okay, that's. So it was 1st and 10, 15, 20. Now it's going to be 1st and 5. Try to keep track of all that. My goodness. Both teams now 2 penalties apiece in this game.
That was a big one for the Chieftains.
Mm-hmm. And behind the sticks, 1st and long, now 1st and 5. Stein will roll out to his right, fires here to the sideline. It is brought in, 1 foot in bounds. Nicely done there. He finds his man, Trace Metcalf.
Number 3, Trace Metcalf.
He takes it for about 8.
8-yard gain on the play. That's good for Panthers. 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
It took a while for that 8th play of the drive to officially be put in the books, but there it is. Another fresh set of downs picked up, and more penalty flags will come in here.
That's encroachment on the Chieftains, I think.
I'm getting some PTSD from the second half last week of Lansing, Denny. This is going to be another one against the Chieftains. Encroachment.
Yeah, 20 yards and penalties just on this drive.
Panthers now goal to go, a chance to tie or potentially take the lead if they elect to go for 2, but indications will be they will go for the tie. Another 1st and 5 situation here, not even goal to go yet. Once they get it to the 3, they'll be goal to go. But again, Shea in the middle is met. Chieftains close in. They do not let Shea get far. I think another no gain. It's the 4th carry for Shea that's gone for no yards.
That hurts the yards per carry average.
It does. But for that Chieftain front, I give them a lot of credit. They're keying in on him and not letting him get anywhere. It's been more through the air with Stein and Pachinko and Shea and the screen. That's where Paola's found most of their success here tonight, not on the ground with the straight handoff up the gut. They try it again. Another time the ball's put on the ground. But Mason Stein with the wherewithal to dive on top of it. That'll back Paola back up to the 10 as they lose some yards. Loss of 3 on the play.
Big 3rd down play here.
This is huge.
Play number 11 on this drive. Chieftains had the first play in this second quarter. It was a 4th and 3. They didn't convert. The rest have been here on this Paola drive. We're under 7 to go till half. Stein, 3rd and 8, to the end zone, taking a shot, and it is incomplete. Looking for his man over there on the far side.
I think they're saying it skipped in.
Looking the way of Pitchnecko once more. And I agree with you, Denny. They're going to say that he did not get control of that. Skipped in on the turf, and 4th and 8 decision time here for Coach Smith.
Oh, it's 4-down territory.
Panthers will look to go here. 4th and 8 from the 10. Stein throws and has a man caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Paola. Had his man over there, and again, it's Trace Metcalf. 2 receptions, 16
yards. Now there's a flag
yards.
on the play here. Holding. It's coming back.
Is there a flag? There is a flag. Oh, my. Take that touchdown off the board, and Mike Smith, he is irate. Fireworks were going off here at the field, and I don't blame him. That flag must have came in a little later.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't see it initially. And what was a 10-yard touchdown pass
turns
wiped
into a
off the
10-yard
board.
penalty.
Man, hurts there if you're a Panther fan.
Oh, boy.
Third penalty on this drive. 4th and 18 from the Chieftain 20.
Well, they're going to throw it.
Looking to his right, Stein will throw, and it's intercepted in the end zone, and it's going to be taken out here. Kason Lindsay able to snag it. More flags come in. We'll see what all this is about. These came in after the interception, and right now I think it's going to stand as a Chieftain interception for Kason Lindsay, his first of the season.
Yeah, a lot of times when those defensive players turn into offensive players, the blocking is not quite as crisp.
We're so used to going out and tackling.
Yeah.
We're not used to trying to get clean blocks.
Let's see what it is here. Personal foul on Tongi.
It's a personal foul against the Chieftains, and again, this was something. It's still going to be Chieftain ball, so the interception will lead and stand for Kason Lindsay. The second turnover of the game in this first half for Paola. And some extracurriculars there after the interception was already done. The play was done. Unsportsmanlike. They don't have the official mic'd up, so we don't really get numbers of who they get the infraction on. But Chieftains will take over. They do get the stop.
Yeah, but that penalty monster's raising its ugly head again.
It's lurking. Don't get me wrong. A lot to unpack there in just the last few minutes of game time. Now the Chieftain offense back on the field, a stretch out to the right side, and they bring him down pretty much for no gain.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was well defended by Paola there.
Number 7, Murdoch with a stop.
No gain, 2nd and 10 at their own 9 for Tongi. As like waiting for everyone to get set. Now calls for the snap. He'll throw near side. Marin's another wide receiver screen. Gets a block on that outside. Makes a Panther defender miss. And just like that, fresh set of downs picked up for Tongi. Jacob Marin's does it on the wide receiver screen.
That's been a good play for the Chieftains this year so far.
Chased down in the secondary by the lineman, number 65, Carson Martin.
17 yards through the air that time. And those don't really work unless you get that block on the outside. These receivers, nope, they all want to go out and receive and get the touchdowns. But here in Tongi, they like to block as well as Marin's, again, plenty of real estate on the far side. And another fresh set of downs picked up, 10-plus yards to the air, back-to-back plays.
Down yardage for the Chieftains. Tackle made in the secondary by the Panthers, number 7, Landon Murdoch.
Well, it would be huge if the Chieftains can score here because they're going to get the second half kickoff, too.
Gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone, getting closer up to their own 40 now. And we just are under 5 minutes to go here. You don't have to be in a big hurry either. Now you can kind of slow things down and, don't have to be in such a big hurry. Paola only have 2 timeouts. Tonganoxie still all 3 remaining. We'll go back on the ground. He cuts it back up near the middle.
Close to 4, I think.
Trying to spark this rushing attack once again for the Chieftains, and Gavin Rhodes comes up a little gimpy on that play. Might have just gotten his foot stepped on. As a lineman, I've been there. It does not feel good. Happens a lot more than you think. Nothing worse than that, or you getting cleated just on accident. And it's just
right up your shin.
Yeah, it happens in the sport. It's going to happen more often than not, multiple times in a game even, but that does not feel good either. Rhodes, a Warrior, he'll stay out there, and both lines flinch, and who are they going to get this on?
Had to be a neutral zone infraction, I think.
Initial movement came from Paola. Did they cross it, forcing a lineman to jump for the Chieftains? That's the question. Did he cross?
Well, they're going to call it.
They're going to call it a false start on Tongi.
Yeah, he must have flinched.
Back to Chieftains up to their own 38-yard line.
Now, without the super slow-mo right there down the line replay, initially it looked like Paola player moved, Chieftain line moved, and that is only a penalty if they cross the neutral zone, the line to scrimmage. If they don't, it's a false start, which it was in that case. Maslak to throw, and another one is going to come up short. Didn't quite have his footing underneath him as that pocket was closing in.
Pass ball is incomplete, well behind the intended target of number 7, Landon Ruff.
Trying to connect with Landon Ruff would have been his first reception of the game. And again, the penalty backing the Chieftains up. No gain on the following play, so here's 3rd and 11.
Penalties are being a problem for the Chieftains again.
With 11 yards to go, it's 3rd down.
Another throw, and it's high off the hand of Harder and incomplete. And Bodie was hit again as that one was getting out of his hand. The pass rush for Paola is starting to come alive here, and the punting unit is on once more for the Chieftains. Two players will go back to return this for the Panthers, including Sasha Pishneko and Landon Murdoch, number 7. Maslak back, ready to boot this one away. Has plenty of time, gets it away. It's a nice one. See if he can get another nice Chieftain bounce on it. It dies out at about the 29, and that is where the coverage team recovers it. Would have liked to maybe get that little extra bounce and roll to take it inside of 20, but they will take that. 1st and 10, Paola will take over
34-yard punt, no return.
at their own 28-yard line. 7-0. Didn't he? Out of the gates, this looked like this was going to be a game, or by halftime, it could have been a 3-score lead potentially for the Chieftains. But give credit to Paola. Their defense has buckled down.
Back.
And the offense, they've been able to get drives and momentum going. The last one, they were inside the 10, penalties backing them up, and then ending with the interception, 2 turnovers. So the Chieftains are +2 in the turnover margin, but penalties are still a factor. 4 penalties.
Yeah, penalties have hurt both teams really badly so far in this first half.
3 for the Panthers, 7 total. Through the air, Stein has been feeling it tonight. He throws, and incomplete. Might have gotten deflected by Baron Dorn there at the end. He was trying to find it near side to Landon Murdoch.
Yeah, that was good defense in there. He got his hand on the football.
Yeah, I think Dorn knocked that one loose there at the very, very end, and Murdoch shaking his hand, thought should have been a completion, but it goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 at their own 28. Motion man, give it to him on the end around, gets by 1, 2. Chieftain defenders, Summers in pursuit on the backside. He dives out and can't get him. And just knocked out of bounds, Blake Koslow. as they will spot him up at the 36.
Before he's chased out of bounds by number 4, Lindsay. Third down and 2. 36-yard line.
Eight on the ground for Koslow. Third down and a long 2 for the Panthers. Chieftains looking like they might bring pressure up the middle, and now Stein will look over as the rest of that Paola offense will get the audible from the sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock. Under center goes Stein. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Takes the snap. Gut handoff up the middle. Shea is met. Multiple Chieftain defenders in there. Summers, Holthouse, been calling their name. Robbins, the linebackers. They've been forces to be reckoned with tonight so far, Denny. And they stop him short, 4th and 1.
Number 11, Hunter Nyhart with the tackle.
The quarterback sneak looks like it's going to work.
It is. I think it's going to get him to the 40. That's exactly where they'll spot it. Needed 1, got 3. First 4th down conversion of the game for Paola, and that keeps this drive alive as we're closing in on 2.5 to go till half. Looking to pass, Stein. Truitt had a hand up in his face, and it's down the field, and Pinchenko can't bring it in. Nyhart in coverage once again for the Chieftains, incomplete.
Yeah, it was good coverage that time.
One of the number 11s, either Nyhart or Washington.
That was good pressure once again for the Chieftains. Corbett Truitt was the one that got back there. Kind of got a hand up in Stein's face, forced him maybe to throw that one just a little bit earlier than he really would have wanted to. The incompletion does stop the clock. 2 minutes, 27 seconds, 2nd and 10 at their own 40. Been in tight formation all night. Now they're going to spread it out. Trips to the far side. Stein design rollout. Holthouse was coming hot on his trails, and the throw is to the line complete.
Reception made by the senior number 5, Sasha Pachinko.
As Pinchenko, they're only going to give him 9 yards there. 3rd and short.
Short of the line to gain. Third down.
Yeah, good presence of mind there by Roman Holthouse to hold up before he got a roughing the passer penalty.
That was a free man on the weak side of the opposite bootleg as another sneak up the middle will put the Panthers in Chieftain territory. He was hot on his heels, though, shot out of a cannon, and he came close, but just could not track down Stein in time. And now another conversion here. Fresh set of downs. They move into Chieftain territory at the 47. Shotgun formation here. Stein ready to take the snap. Shea moved from his left to his right hip. Takes the snap with time. Throws. Incomplete. Closest one to it was Keeson Lindsay, inches away potentially from his second interception. Looked like again another miscommunication between quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, they weren't on the same page.
Ninth play of the drive right here for the Panthers. And we are, just getting in now just under 90 seconds. Chieftains trying to hold, keep a touchdown lead going into the locker room. Stein again to his right, throws. Pinchenko is there, finds that kind of soft spot in the zone for the Chieftain defense. As he reels in his 4th catch of the night for Sasha Pinchenko.
Number 3, Baron Dorn, the tackler.
Another 9-yard completion for Stein. Back-to-back completions of 9 yards. Both right to Pinchenko. Minute to go. This time he'll throw to his left. Man in space. Trying to get by Lindsay, and he does, and a couple of other Chieftains, and doesn't cut it upfield. That gives him time to track him down, but not before he picks up the first down again.
Time of possession heavily favoring the Panthers in this first half.
Clock continues to go. 45 seconds. Panthers do have 2 timeouts. Chieftains have 3. Man in motion. Fake it to him. Deep shot. Pichneko. End zone. Did he bring it in? No, his foot was on the line. Incomplete. Oh, so close to hitting for pay dirt. Would have been a 32-yard touchdown. Instead, they say Pichneko landed with that foot on the chalk. Incomplete. It was close. It was right there. And all of a sudden, this passing game it's come alive here for the Panthers.
Yeah, no question. Chieftains so far don't have an answer for it. Well, they do have 1 interception, but 1 sack.
Getting close on the passing totals he had in the game all last week, just in this first half alone, for Mason Stein. Sasha Pichneko as well. With time, comes out late, 50-50 ball, and it's going to be taken in. Believe on that far side, his timeout will be called for. Landon Murdoch was the one to bring that in. Stein was hit as he was getting that one away. I think John Golba was the one getting back there for Tongi.
Right.
And that'll stop things down. Paola would take their second of 3 timeouts, 26.6 to go till halftime. 3rd down and 3 on the other side. When we return, you're watching Chieftain football on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Here we go, coming out of the timeout, and Panthers have it 3rd and 3 at the Chieftain 25-yard line, about 26.5 seconds before halftime. Paola, just 1 timeout remaining. Stein will throw, has a man again in space, will scamper out of bounds at around the 17. Another completion for Metcalf, good for 8.
Yeah, good presence of mind to get out of bounds and stop that clock to save that timeout.
First down, 10 for the Tonganoxie 18-yard line.
Make it completions in 4 of his last 5 attempts for Mason Stein. And passing game has come alive here for the Panthers. Looking to get in the end zone. You'll throw. 50-50 ball and another one that's intercepted. Second interception in the end zone, and it's number 2 for number 4, Kason Lindsay.
That's a killer if you're a Panther fan right there.
Intercepted by the Chieftains, number 4, Kason Lindsay.
Oh, baby, how sweet it is. Kason Lindsay, do not throw his way in the end zone.
I imagine the Chieftains will take a knee here and go to halftime.
That was an 11-play drive again for Paola that stalls out inside the red zone. An interception in the end zone. And Maslak will take it to a knee, and that is how this first half comes to an end. Disappointing.
Yeah.
If you're a Panther fan, for a Chieftain fan, you might be saying we're pretty lucky to be having this 7-0 lead going into the locker room at halftime. Both teams definitely have some things to figure out here. We'll break it down, all that and more coming up in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show when we return.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Welcome back in here at Paola High School as we go into the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. White Birch Properties, they're ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk here with you. Dennis Drennan will rejoin us here in just a few moments. Halftime score, Chieftains 7, Panthers nothing. As this was a game that, well, it started out initially looking like the Chieftains might run away with this one. They went right out there on defense, 3 and out, forced right away, capped off by the first varsity sack for Roman Holthouse, filling in for his injured brother Elijah tonight out there on the edge. And he's been in the backfield a couple of times, giving pressure to Stein. He got his first sack. Panthers punted the ball away, and the Chieftains would then take it, and they would cap off a 9-play drive, 8 rushes on the ground, just a 1 pass. It was an incompletion, but they got it working on the ground. They went 52 yards down the field, and Brody Maslak capped it off with a rushing touchdown from 4 yards away, his 5th rushing touchdown on the season, 7th total on the season combined between passing and rushing. And from there on, it's been for the Chieftains, they punted, and then they had the turnover on downs, followed by another punt, and then that last one, technically it counts as a possession. It was the end of half, but for Paola, it's got to be frustrating watching this game as a Panther fan right now, because they've gone in the first quarter punt on back-to-back drives to start, and then they had a fumble on their third drive, on a drive that they had it going close to the end zone. They were trying to drive, get things going, and Chieftains took over. That was actually one they fumbled in their own territory. Chieftains were set up at potential great starting field position. And then from there on, it was back-to-back drives, ending in interceptions for the Panthers. Both of them to Case and Lindsay. Both of them were shots in the end zone, and both were in the red zone. They were right deep in Chieftain territory. I mean, close, so close to tying up this game, and it just didn't work out for them. Good for us fans here at Tonganoxie, but we're over here on the home side of the stand for Paola, and it has been frustrating to say the least. We'll have some halftime stats tallied up for everybody when we return for our next break, but that has been the way it's been going so far here. So in that second quarter alone, the Chieftains turnover on downs, punt, end of half with the need for Maslak, and then the Panthers interceptions on both of them. Both of those drives ending interceptions in the end zone. Both of them going to Kason Lindsay, his first and second interceptions on the season, and both of them keep the Panthers with that goose egg, quite frankly, up on the scoreboard. 7-0. Offense is stalling out. It's been a defensive stalemate right now. Both of them going hard at it, trying to figure out how to break through to that next level. We'll give the first half stats, and we'll take a look in at some halftime updated scores of our Wizard of Paula's pregame area matchups. That and more coming up here in the White Birch Property Halftime Show.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Back here, White Birch Properties halftime show. Just a little over 6 minutes to go until teams be back on the field. Get a quick warm-up in and start of the second half. Dennis Drayton, welcome you back into the booth here. And Denny, I'm just finishing up, tallying up some stats here real quick. I want to turn it over to you and just see what your takeaways and thoughts were from that first half.
Well, I think if you're Tonganoxie, you got to feel fortunate that you're up by 1 score because Paola dominated the time of possession. On their drives, they just shot themselves in the foot when they got in the red zone. So hopefully the Chieftains could take this second half kickoff and do what they did to open the game. They were having a lot of success running the ball. think maybe they need to get back to a little bit more of that ball control and clock management. You like those 9 to 11 play drives that end in touchdowns. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they've had 2 or 3 of those, but they've been they've come up empty every time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about when we came out of our first break. I'm looking here. The first interception drive was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12
drives.
12 play drive.
Plays,
and then this last one, I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 play drive. So a 10 play drive and a 12 play drive. You take it into the red zone. You're taking up all the time on the clock. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, 22 plays.
I mean, it's just a couple of bad passes to the end zone. And give credit to Casey Lindsey. He's been at the right spot at the right time, and he's been able to collect 2 interceptions off of it, his first 2 of the varsity season. As here we go, taking a look at the first half stats here, and we start with the Chieftains. And through the air, it is Bodie Maslak going 4 of 9, 41 yards, and it's okay. We're not live right now. It's okay. She's just directed traffic. It's okay. Had a sweet little girl come taking your job, Denny, of running over camera. How about that?
She's a lot better looking than me.
It's all good there. No harm, no foul. So here we go with Bodie Maslak through the air, like I mentioned. 4 of 9, 41 yards, no touchdowns. On the ground, he's been able to add 4 rushes for 36 yards and 1 touchdown, our lone score of the game thus far. Other news on the ground for the Chieftains, Blake Riedel, 8 carries, 30 yards. And Brady Martin, he hasn't had a carry yet tonight. And Braxton Summers, he's only had 1 for 3 yards. As far as receiving, Jacob Marin's lead receiver for the Chieftains, 3 receptions, 37 yards. And Blake Riedel has the other one for 4. And that has been all the offense to speak of in this first half for the Chieftains. 1 of 2 on 4th downs, 0 for 4 on 3rd downs.
Yep.
That's something that they've continued to kind of struggle with that time to time. We're off to a pretty good start last week against Lansing, and then towards the back half of that game, they started to not be able to convert on them. They start out here 0 for 4, also with 4 penalties on the game too. 1 sack, that's 1 for Roman Holthaus, and the 2 interceptions, both for Keeson Lindsey. That is one positive you can take here for the Chieftains. They're +2 in the turnover margin.
Exactly.
3, actually. They're +3 in the turnover margins. They had the fumble and then back-to-back interceptions.
Yeah, and that's why they still have the lead.
No doubt. On the ground for Paola, or through the air, I should say, Mason Stein, 11 of 21, 109 yards, 2 interceptions for him. And
those were killers, too.
Yeah, he's had 3 carries just for 5 yards. Bodie Shea, he was one that he was our Brothers Market Player Spotlight, and he was one that he came in averaging about 7.5 yards per carry. 10 carries, 8 yards.
Yeah, the Chieftains bottled him up.
No doubt about it. Blake Koslow had 1 carry for 8 yards. Receiving, Sasha Pichneko, the leading receiver of the game, 5 receptions, 67 yards for him. Trace Metcalf. He's had 2 receptions for 16 yards. Bodie Shea, 2 receptions, 11 yards. And that's been pretty much it. Grandin had his first reception for 8 yards. Landon Murdoch had 1 reception for 7 yards. And that's been it. 1 for 1 on 4th downs for Paola, 2 of 6 on 3rd downs. So both teams not necessarily hitting a very good clip as far as 3rd downs go on tonight. It might be something to keep in mind as we go forward in what could be a close game down to the end. 3 penalties for the Panthers. No sacks and those 3 turnovers, like I mentioned. The fumble from Shea and the back-to-back interceptions being brought in by Keeson Lindsey for the Chieftains. We'll step aside here for a moment, bring back the first half or second half keys to the half, and a way for the Chieftains to see what they need to do to close out this game and wrap up this victory. You've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoembody.com or call 913-369-3193.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Back here, the teams were a little behind getting out on the field, so they just put another 2 minutes up on the board. So we'll dip briefly back into the White Birch Property halftime show. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drayton here with you, trying to pull up some scores from around the areas. We'll do that. We'll go back, take a look at the pregame area matchups game presented by Wizard of Paw. See if we can get some scoring updates. Just scrolling through as I see them first there at the bottom. Bishop Miege and Rockhurst. It is Rockhurst that currently holds a 14-0 lead in that matchup there. Leavenworth and Shawnee Heights. Leavenworth a 22-7 lead. Lansing looking for a bounce-back win on the road at Topeka West. They are with the lead 36-20. Looks like the Lions are going to be on their way to going to 2-2 on the year. The battle of undefeateds, Basler Linwood and DeSoto. It's 28-21. Bobcats with the lead over the Wildcats. That's going to be one that's going down to the final horn. I can just feel it all the way from here. That big matchup we had highlighted at the bottom, Mill Valley and Lawrence. It's in favor of the Jaguars, 28-7. Mill Valley leading Lawrence at this current time. The one, Atchison and Schlegel, no reported score there. Same for St. James and Blue Valley. So let's take a look again at the league matchups. Again, still anybody's race here in week 4 for the league title. Baldwin at Wellsville, not a score reported there yet. We can find that one pretty quick, though. Ottawa and Eudora, 21-14 Cardinals with the lead over the Cyclones right now. There is something special brewing in Eudora.
Yeah, no question about it. The Cardinals are flying high.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Lewisburg and Bonner Springs, Wildcats with a 14-0 lead. And Spring Hill and Piper, that game is a 3-touchdown lead for the Broncos, 28-7 over the Pirates. And, of course, our game here at 7-0. Man, I just tell you, I don't think a lot of people were expecting much necessarily from the Cardinals. Not necessarily for them to be like to not win anything, but if they pull off back-to-back wins against Spring Hill and Ottawa,
that's good.
Within the first month of the season, I mean, oh my goodness,
they'll be sitting pretty for playoff time.
Oh, no doubt about it. Well, here we go, ready to get things started in the third here at Paola High School. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drayton, we're here with you, as always, on Friday nights for the Chieftains. Chieftains will get the ball. They won the toss and deferred their option to the second half. And this is a drive here, Denny. This offense, they got to start showing some signs of life here to help keep the defense has been doing their part. Taking away 3 turnovers in that first half. Now the offense has got to start putting some pieces together. As Brady Martin will go back to the 20 and the return past the 30 and the 35. Runs through a tackle at the 40, now past midfield. And there's a good way to get it started here for the Chieftains.
Got it all the way out to midfield.
There's a cell phone found in the grass during halftime. It's been turned into the ticket booth on the west side of the
So a nice return there for Brady Martin.
And he will stay into the game as he will stay in the backfield.
Yeah, we may see a little more of him in the second half of it.
We'll see. So Chieftains will take over. Nose of the football right at midfield. The Chieftains had their lone scoring drive from 52 yards. Let's see what they can do here starting at the 50. Mazlak will call for it. Another wide receiver screen trying to get a block, and he's not going to be able to get away. Landon Ruff could not hold off on the near side as Landon Murdoch blew that play up, but still a positive gain of 2.
Yeah, he fought off the block and made the tackle. Nicely done.
Down to the Paola 48-yard line.
Quick completion out of the gate for Bodie. 4 of 9, 41 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions in that first half. Cuts, and Mazlak is hit hard as he gets close. It'll be another gain of 2. 3rd down and 6 coming up here.
Tackle made by number 66, Luke Anderson.
And the number from that first half, got to work on it. 3rd downs, they were 0 for 4. Here they are right here.
They got to start winning some 3rd downs.
And I still think this is going to be an area, particularly with the way your defense played, I think you're going to be going for it if he doesn't convert.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much they pick up.
Barring a big negative play, of course, but we'll see here. At the Paola 46, it's 3rd and 6. Play action. Mazlak throws a dart in to the chest.
Yeah,
tipped
nicely
it harder
done
to bring it in near the 30.
Yeah, that was a dart by Bodie Mazlak there. Hit him right in the numbers.
Not even 15 yards that time on the strike.
Nope.
Brings up 1st down and 10 from the Paola 31-yard line.
And the first reception of the night for Kipton Harder has the Chieftains going here. First 3rd down conversion. And now a nice gain on the ground here. Would like some more of that, says this Chieftain offense.
Gain on 1st down run play. Number 6, Blake Riedel with the carry.
And looking at the line for Riedel, that first drive, he had carry 6 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards. And then from the rest of that first half, 3 yards, 2 yards, no yards, 4 yards. As the Paola offense was able to kind of hone in on him and keep him fairly limited. As for the entire rushing attack for the Chieftains, he gets 5. They're going to go back to him again. Stumbles, still on his feet.
He's
Blake
got the
Riedel
first
running
down.
hard.
Wow.
1st down and more. Thought he was going to be down well before he initially went down, but
He just doesn't go down with first contact.
no.
On the run play, number 6, Blake Riedel.
Very rarely he does. His longest rush of the night, 10-plus yards. Chieftains trying to keep the momentum going. 1st and 10 in the red zone at the Paola 16. Martin in motion, moves over to the left. Off the line of scrimmage. Hand off, Summers. Both hands
Nice
tight on
gain.
that football. Another gain, 5-plus yards. Chieftains getting big chunks.
This looks reminds me a lot of that first drive.
First down, get him nearly 6.
I think that's the key. You just got to start every
Yeah.
drive right near midfield, give or take a couple of yards. This has been working out here for the Chieftains. This was also the end where we saw the Panthers were driving, and they saw those drives end with interceptions in the end zone. Chieftains looking to punch it in here, double up this lead. This time, Mazlak
Good read by
keeps it. He
Mazlak.
bounces out, and I think a penalty flag did come in, so let's see what that is all about.
Looked like it was in the secondary.
It was the one I saw was close to the line of scrimmage, unless there was a second one that came in. The officials are getting together and they're discussing it.
Well, that's the line of scrimmage. That's an area where it's probably a hold. If the Chieftains are backing up or not.
Is it the glass is always half empty over there on this side of the booth? Or
Let's see what the white hat has to say. Offsides on Paola. Wow.
that'll show you to
yep.
ever assume something.
Result of the penalty is a first down.
And I think he probably had the yardage anyways, so
Yeah.
I think just go ahead and he'll decline that.
Yeah, first and goal.
First down goal to go from the Paola 5-yard line.
Here we go, a chance for the Chieftains to finally break it in. Summers on the left side has a
He's got
lane
it.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. 5-yard rushing touchdown for Paxton Summers.
You talk about a young man making the most of his opportunities. Paxton is doing just that. Cody Lobb on to try and add the extra point.
And for Paxton, his first varsity rushing touchdown.
Good for him.
Extra point, try here for Lobb, swings the leg, and it is good.
Extra point is up and good. Tonganoxie 14, Paola scoreless.
Chieftains did not have to wait very long in this second half to break the scoring open once again. They double up their lead, 14-0 on the Panthers. Way to go down the field, boys.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
So when it's all said and done, 8 plays on that opening drive to start the second half, and it ends in a rushing touchdown 5 yards away for Paxton Summers, his first touchdown in his varsity career, which if the past couple weeks have been any indication, he's going to be pretty successful.
We're going to be calling his name a lot.
No doubt. You're already getting a good look at the core for the next few years with Maslak and both Holthouse brothers, next year being the senior Elijah and Roman being a sophomore, and Paxton Summers and all these guys. Keeson Lindsay, who's brought in 2 interceptions tonight. Owen Robbins, just so many. We can go down the line. And I know I'm kind of, it's a broad generalization. I know I'm forgetting so many different names, but this is a football team that they just kind of continue to, they lose key pieces and they replace those and they get the next line of players just ready to roll. 14-0 Chieftains. Kickoff is away. Panthers maybe trying to do a little end around, and it does not work out. That ball came out at the end. The Panther player is hurt on the field, and training staffs are rushing out to attend to him.
That was a pretty bad collision right there.
The Panthers trying to get a little cheeky. They went with an end around, trying to get some extra yardage, and
a little
violent
reverse
collision. As the Panther.
He's up now, so that's a good thing.
And that's, you hate to see that.
Chieftains got the ball. He must have fumbled it.
Did they say it's Chieftain ball?
They did.
That ball was out. The Chieftains did get on it. There wasn't any indication if the play was dead or what.
I didn't hear any whistles.
That's Sasha Pichnenko, though, that is limping off to the sideline.
That's a big loss there for the Panthers.
That's the leading receiver. 5 receptions, 67 yards in this game. And, well, is it? I can't tell if it's 5 or 9. I think that's actually number 9. That would be Easton Hensley if that's the case. But meanwhile, partner, Chieftains back with the football. Wow, what a lot to unpack there in this little bit of time.
The Chieftains need to punch this in.
All right, so I do want to say that was not Pichnenko. It was number 9, not number 5. So Easton Hensley, the one banged up on that kickoff return. He is on the training table being looked at. Chieftains right back on the field. Man, what a crazy turn of events here.
No question.
In the blink of an eye, the Chieftains can have a 3-score lead if they can cap off this drive and pay dirt. They go with an in around themselves. Marins, he scored from 16 yards out last week on this play, and Marins is taking defenders inside the 5.
First up, more on the play for number 8, Jacob Marins. Touchdown saving tackle made in the secondary by number 25.
Yeah, it was the same play he scored on last week.
Goal to go now from the 3. 17 yards on the ground there for Jacob Marins. Whose number will they call here? Bodie cuts it into the end zone, and the flag comes in. So again, everybody just hold on here.
Holding on the offense.
And it is a holding on the Chieftains, and that will back it up for a little bit. 5th penalty of the game on Tonganoxie. It starts that 8-play scoring drive for the Chieftains on the ensuing kickoff. The Panthers trying to go in around. It's fumbled on the ground for Easton Hensley. Chieftains recover it. 2 plays later, it was the end around of Marins that had him inside the 5. Now that holding penalty is going to back him up. Still goal to go now at the Panther 13. Whoa, man, what a sequence. Bodie looking to pass, keeping his eyes downfield, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete, and a flag comes in, and they might get roughing the passer.
Yeah, Bodie got hit pretty late.
It's not that I don't know if he was hit late. I think it's more the way they're going to say he took him down to the ground, kind of that full weight landing on the quarterback. They've been trying to not necessarily outlaw that, but encourage defense not to do that. That's a lot easier said than done, believe me.
When you're out there in the heat of battle, it's sometimes hard to pull up.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense.
So actually, when this is all said and done, those penalties are going to offset. The ineligible player downfield for the Chieftains, a lineman that was obviously not eligible to bring in that pass, getting downfield a little too far. And as a former lineman myself, I think everybody knows my opinion on that penalty call after all these years. You can't get more than like a yard or 2 downfield. I think if you give it 3 or 4, just give him that extra yard of because and as a big fella, especially on those RPOs, you don't know if it's a run or a pass.
Right.
You're just trying to get out and find a different color jersey and put a contact on somebody. So after all of that, slate is wiped clean. We reset, goal to go at the 13. What a lot to unpack already in the second half. This time a rollout to the left. Now sets his feet.
Oh, he's
fires,
wide open.
Has a man and incomplete.
Nicely defended.
Defense closing out there in the final seconds for the Panthers. One of the defenders running into the stanchion of the play clock back there. He gets up okay. It's in a receiver, Jacob Marins, and if that was just a little bit flatter with a little more speed, you're looking at the touchdown. But great recovery from the Paola secondary, like you mentioned, to bat that ball away. First incompletion of the second half for Bodie. Trying to capitalize on what is the 4th turnover of the game for Paola. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. To the left. High ball, brings it down with some space, turns on the afterburners, hit at the 5 and brought down. I believe he found Marins again. And the Chieftains on the doorstep once again. Here they come a-knocking.
Much more manageable 3rd down here. I think you want to try and run this in.
They take their time getting to the line now. Get everything set. Riedel in the backfield with Maslak. It's another keep for Maslak, and again, penalty flags will come in.
This one is stoppage of play. There's a flag down on the field.
Indications is that it's going to be against the Chieftains again.
Well, the Chieftains are their own worst enemy on this drive.
Yeah, this is true. False start, slash illegal formation, whatever it could be. Slows things down once again.
It's like they just keep getting around to the 5-yard line, close to punching it in,
Yeah.
and then a penalty just backs them up, making things a little more harder for them.
Yep.
This is 3rd and goal at the 10. Chieftains converted their first 3rd down on the last drive to start this second half. They're 1 for 5 in the ball game. Fake to give. Throws a rocket high as his man. And has his legs cut out underneath him. Martin able to bring it in. They'll mark him about the 5-yard line. And it looks like the Chieftains are going to bring on the field goal unit.
Yeah, they're going to try a field goal.
Set up 4th down, goal to go from the 6-yard line.
Definitely in Cody Lobb's range.
For Lobb, last year he made his career-long 28-yard field goal. This is well within that range. 23 yards, low snap. He gets it up, and it is wide left.
Triple try, no good.
So another missed opportunity here for the Chieftains off the fumble on the ensuing kickoff off the first scoring drive of this half for the Chieftains. And again, it was not fully clean from snap to hold. It was a little low, and by that time it was a little too late. Lobb swings it just a little far left, and now the Panthers, they take the field for the first time. The offense does in this second half. And again, looking up at that scoreboard and saying, all right, 14-0. Could be worse. Let's try to answer here.
Yeah, they're definitely not out of this game. There's a lot of football yet to be played. And they got to stack the box here.
And they run, and the Chieftains are right there. Owen Robbins and others in on the stop for Shea,
they must be telegraphing something on their set, because the Chieftains saw them get set and they just stacked the box big time. Shut down the running lanes.
That's we had mentioned into tonight, Paola. This is where they like to do it again. They like to just run the ball. Been about a 70-30 ratio as far as run to pass. They've been passing it more tonight, and it's been successful. Now they pitch down the left side, and
not much doing.
Holthouse again on the stop, also in there, I think. Paxton Summers and Holthouse again on the stop of Shea.
81, Roman Holthouse. 3rd down 5.
Takes that one for only 3. So 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. Chieftains looking to force a quick 3 and out.
I would bet Paola is going to throw this.
Stein off one of his best throwing halves of the season, 109 yards, those 2 interceptions, but as far as yardage.
Yeah, those are killers.
Down the line, makes one man miss, and not able to get away. I think Blake Riedel, the man to eventually bring him in on the far side. And this is, I guess, a real decision here for the Panthers of what do you do here. You're looking at still about 4th and a long 3.
Yeah.
4th down.
And indications they're going to try to go for this. I would expect
they may try and call them, try and get them off sides. No, they're going to go.
Throw, crosser, Pichnicko a little behind him, but he comes back and breaks it in. They're going to say it's caught.
Oh, it's first down. That's a huge conversion there for the Panthers.
Yes, they needed that for sure, and credit to Pichnicko there. The throw was behind him coming in as he was heading towards the middle of the field, and for Stein, not his best throw of the night. He's had some beauties, but Pichnicko able to go back, bring that one in. Big 4th down conversion for the Panthers. Now 2 for 2 on 4th down tries tonight. Through the air again, hits his man. Nearly gets all of it right at the line to gain. If he doesn't, it's going to be 2nd and inches.
Panthers going with tempo now.
Finds that to Trace Metcalf, and Are they going to give him the first down? No, they're going to say he's short. No, now there it is. Now they will.
10-yard gain of the play. That's good for Panthers.
It looked like initially he got right to the line again. There's only a question of were they going to give it to him or just call it short. And the Chieftains, I think the Chieftains are going to go ahead and take a timeout here. Was it either a Chieftain timeout or are they going to have a timeout for measurement? I think it's just it's a Chieftain timeout, just a time.
Well, I don't think it's a Chieftain timeout. They're out on the field.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe initially they were going to say a personal timeout for the officials to maybe measure.
Well, that's an interesting turn of events.
Just to get the chain set up, that's probably what it was. You get, like you mentioned, Dave, the Panthers, they are in the hurry up. Another throw with space, gets a block, makes a man miss up the near sideline. And Kipton Harder eventually able to bring down Landon Murdoch, but not before he leaks into Chieftain territory.
Roman Holthouse just about got that pass knocked down. Right between the wickets.
Right between the wickets, huh? 17 yards through the air sets the Panthers up at the Chieftain 39, just at 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Panthers in much need of trying to get on the scoreboard. Already down 2 touchdowns. They go short pass again. And now the passing game is coming alive here for Paola. They find Coslow in the flat on the near side.
Chased out of bounds, number 5, Kipton Harder.
First completion, first reception, I should say, for Coslow in this game. 2nd and 2. Back to the air, Stein. Pumps, now throws. Pichneko behind Nyhart, and again he catches it, but again it's out of bounds, incomplete. That's the second time they've called the number of Pichneko in the end zone, working it up the near sideline. He had a step and a half on Hunter Nyhart, and he wasn't able to bring it in, but by the time he came down, his feet were out of bounds. That was definitely not as close as the first one in the first half, but still 3rd and short here. Shea to the right of Stein in the backfield. Calls for the snap. Little high. Brings it down. Shea trying to run. Trying to get to the 30. Extra effort will take him there. And I still think he's going to be a yard short of the line to gain. So 4th and 1. Need to get to the 29 coming up here.
30-yard line.
Yeah, quarterback sneak right here.
And Stein did that a couple of times. He's going to come under center here. Now that see the Chieftains starting to kind of pinch in here. This is kind of like what you see of the tush push in the NFL. And Stein is pushed backwards, and he's right near that line to gain. As Stein comes up a little hobbled on that left ankle. And forward progress is actually going to take him forward about an extra yard. I thought he might have met him right at the 29. That Chieftain sideline, they're not too happy with the spot, but he needed 1, he got 2.
Yeah, good second effort there to pick that up.
Panthers continue to get it done on 4th down. They're 3 for 3 tonight. And now that's going to be a false start. There's no flags coming out. Now a flag comes in. That was, you cannot have 2 players moving at the same time.
Nope. Illegal procedure.
Yes. It took a minute. There was about a solid second or two before the flag was actually thrown. And I think for Coach Mike Smith of Paola, that's what he's trying to argue with the officials as to that wasn't the case necessarily. But
well, it sure looked like it from up here.
Yeah, it definitely. It's well, you're going to bat for your guys. You're trying everything you can, no doubt. But that does back Paola up 5 yards. Through the air, hit as he throws. Roman Holthouse again. Arm was going forward. It is incomplete.
That's Roman's second sack of the night.
He was close. Did get the ball away. The second official hit on the quarterback, if you will.
Right.
Roman, we talked about how great of an athlete he is. You know, I was telling you when we were having lunch before this.
Yeah.
You know, as a
eighth grader,
he had a 6'5" high jump in track, and if he would have competed at the high school state track and field event, I would have placed him like second in the high jump event.
That's pretty amazing for a junior high school kid.
Here's a throw, caught, past the 20, and there's a first down picked up for Paola.
That's a big first down for Paola.
Number 3, Trace Metcalf.
Again, they call the number of Trace Metcalf, who gets it done for 12.
That's good for Panthers.
17 yards, excuse me.
Panthers in the red zone again.
They have been here many times tonight, just haven't been able to cash it in. He's looking in the direction of Pichneko, and good box out from Nyhart. Not going to let him get a chance.
Yeah, that's really good defense right there. You use that sideline as a second defender.
That's the 28th pass on the night here for Mason Stein.
That's a lot. Well, they've been having success through the air.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Just 38 attempts coming into tonight, and he's got to dive on top of this one. Some Paola fans are going to want to foul here on Tongi, as John Golba came in there late, got on top of the quarterback. Again, they say playing through the whistle, even though that play was blown dead. Again, for the Panthers, right where they're starting to get things going inside the red zone, a negative play moves them backwards, out back to the 25. Nearly a 10-yard loss.
Let's see if they're going to try. No, that's the end of the third quarter.
And it will. 4's up here in Paola High School. 3 down, 1 to go. Chieftains up 2 touchdowns, 14-0 over the Paola Panthers. A clash of Frontier League opponents. We'll see if the Chieftains can get a stop on defense. We return, fourth quarter, up next.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com. Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehousetonganoxie.org.
Here we go, fourth quarter, 14-0 lead for the Chieftains. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. 12th play of this drive for the Panthers. They've had 3 drives where it's been 10 or more plays that they've been in the red zone. The last 2 ended with interceptions in the end zone, both taken by Kason Lindsay of the Chieftains. Another one hit as he threw pressure from Golba and deflected and incomplete from Baron Dorn. Intended for Murdoch.
Big fourth down here.
Play number 13, and what do you have here for 4th and 19?
It's not too many good plays in the playbook for that position on the field.
The only thing really here for the Chieftains, unless you get a big, like 15-yard penalty, just trying to get the stop here. could put this game away. Stein to
Trying
throw,
to keep him in front of the
and
sticks.
it's caught. Not going to be close to the line again, pushing him backwards.
The Chieftains will take over on downs.
Baron Dorn once again, forward progress, would have marked him at the 10-yard line. He needed to get to about the 6, and the Chieftains will take over on downs.
And again, penalties rearing its ugly head against both these teams. How many penalties do we have tonight, partner?
13.
Ooh.
Between the two. 7 on the Chieftains and 6 on the Paola. So now the Chieftains back on the field and back with the rushing attack. Blake Riedel as he is escorted out of bounds.
Good. Gain of about 8.
Ooh, yeah, 9, call it.
Yeah, 9.
Close.
Brock off forward progress up to the 19-yard line. 2nd down 1.
Now last 4th down for the Panthers. That was their first time not being able to convert. They were 3 for 3 prior. Now a 9-yard gain for Riedel and a throw out to the far side. Brings it in and eventually slung out of bounds. A potential touchdown saving tackle made there over on the far side. Jacob Marins has another catch.
Jacob Marins. Tackle made in the secondary by number 7, Murdoch.
I'm sure the Chieftains would like to get this running game going again. It would just eat up the clock.
That's exactly
time of possession.
That's all you want to do. Just get to the line and force your will. Melt this clock away. You're already up 2 scores. If you can continue to rip off 4, 5, 6 yards a carry or more, you can say goodnight. Riedel spun around and is brought down, not able to reach up to the 35-yard line.
Positive yardage, about 4 yards.
Rushes forward between the tackles, picks up 2.
2? Well, that's a long 2, partner.
A short 3 or a long 2. It just depends on who you ask. PA announcer here says that's a long 2.
Okay.
Receivers bunched in. Now Marins in motion. Hand it off. Riedel again does not go down easy on first contact. Panthers do corral him and bring him down at the 37.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. The Chiefs need to win this down. Retain possession and keep that clock moving.
Tackle made by the Panthers, number 33, Rylan Brandon.
And it's not any gimme either. This is still 3rd and 3 for the Chieftains.
Yep.
Need to get to the 41, trying to do it through the air, and he does. Oh, reliable.
Yep.
Jacob Marins fighting hard, extra yardage, close near midfield.
Yeah, they were right on the same page that time, partner.
Jacob Marins.
Yeah, back to the ground game.
7th reception of the night for Marins. He had 10 total coming into tonight, so that just shows the kind of night that he has had.
He's always a factor.
He's kind of separated himself as that wide receiver 1 on this team, Bodie's favorite target. There's a handoff up the gut, not going anywhere, going backwards. That's a big tackle for a loss there. Carson Martin, one of the 13 seniors on this roster for Paola. And that's, I think for the first time tonight, the Chieftains on a rush have gone negative. It was Silas McCloy they handed it off to that time. Under 9.5 to go in the ballgame. Clock still running. 2nd and 11 for Tongi. Haslak pulls it out of the gut of McCloy. Marins, there's his 8th catch of the night, and that's going to make it an easy 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, still 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly no gimme.
Crossing midfield down to the Paola 48-yard line.
I would expect him to go for it, though.
I thought maybe he was going to get an extra couple yards there at the end, but they didn't mark him out. 3rd down and 7, all at the Paola 48. 2 receivers near side. McCloy still in the backfield. They fake it to him. Mazlak throws with pressure. Kipton harder, able to bring it in. Nice catch for Kipton.
Yeah, nicely done. Good throw by Mazlak, too. Harder with a good reception and picks up the 1st down.
To the tune of 14 yards. And another 3rd down conversion in the second half for Tongi. There are 2 of 4. Excuse me, 3 of 4.
Chieftains in no hurry. They're going to milk the clock.
Barreling towards 8.5 to go in the ball game. You're starting to feel a little uneasy if you're a Paola fan and a player on that sideline. Down 2 scores. Chieftains trying to add on. Paxton Summers, look at that lane.
Wow.
Weaving his way through. 1st down and a couple more. Again, I think you could have at least gotten 5 or 6 on that carry, didn't he?
Yeah, I probably broke a hip, though.
You say that every time. I'm trying to set you up, and it's...
Yeah.
First down 10 for the Paola 22-yard
Right at the edge of the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 23, and this is, oh my goodness,
Wow.
Bodie Mazlak able to pull that out at the last second.
Man.
That looked like it was negative yardage written all over it.
Yeah. You got a Chieftain down.
Whoa. Corbin Truitt helped up to his feet now, back down he goes,
Back
man.
down.
Might be dealing.
Cramps, maybe?
Yeah, maybe so, as Mark Padfield will head on the field to attend to Corbin, and while he does that, we'll go ahead and step aside here. That rush for Bodie's going to have it at 2nd and 1. You're on the other side when we return.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
We'll turn back to the action here as Chieftains coming back on the field. There we go. 14-0. 8 minutes and change to go in the ballgame. Corbin Truitt, the injured Chieftain, they help him off the field. Some reshuffling, retooling on that offensive line for Tonganoxie. Jordan Helm, the senior, number 55, he will take over.
Hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp.
Right. They will tend to him. That last 9-yard rush from Mazlak has it at 2nd and 1, and Riedel. And I think
he's really close to the line to gain. I don't know if he got it or not.
I think they're going to go ahead and give it to him.
I think he did get it.
It was close. That initial contact kind of held him up, maybe at the line of gain or just short, but he was able to spin off of that. Like we mentioned, sound like a broken record, but he does not go down on first contact very often. Able to spin away and was able to pick up an extra yard. So now another 1st down converted here for the Chieftains. I just got, going back to that last play before break, Panthers were in the backfield. Looked like it was going to be a loss of 3 or 4 yards. And Bodie, just like Houdini, you blink and now all of a sudden he's 9 yards down the field.
Yep.
Almost picked it up, and it was just another spectacular play.
I really don't know how he pulled it out that late.
His vision is unreal. Another one he keeps up the middle, and flags will come in.
The flag down on the field.
It's in the backfield.
It hit Helm right in his back, so not sure if he's the accused party here or not. Holding
yep.
will come in.
Man, and both these teams get down in the red zone and they commit stupid penalties.
Definitely, like you mentioned too, it hasn't been just Tongi or Paola, it's been both teams.
Oh, yeah.
They've had their struggles of penalties in the red zones. And if you're going to commit penalties, that's the last place where a coaching staff is going to want you to commit them. Chieftains continue to let this clock run, now under 7 to go. That penalty does back them up, though. 1st and 20 at the Paola 23-yard line. Maslak, low snap, collects, throws, Marins.
Nicely done.
Gets it pretty much back to the original line of scrimmage and then some.
Yep. Like he might have picked up 13 or so. Uh-oh.
What happened?
There is a flag down on the field.
Somebody must have said the magic word.
Yeah, they're going to
unsportsmanlike.
Dead ball unsportsmanlike on Tongi. What?
This is crazy.
Huh.
3 steps forward and 5 steps back.
I was looking down. I was writing the last play in my stat book, and
I mean, it had to be something verbal because there was no, he was standing there by the backfield.
You see Coach Troyer, he's wanting an explanation over there on the far side. He's got 2 officials coming over to him, getting an explanation from the white hat. And quite frankly, I don't really blame him
well, you don't want to be the player that had that called on you in film session tomorrow.
That's now the 9th penalty of this game for Tongi.
Yeah, crazy. 13 last week.
Again, the Chieftains will let the clock run. Now they get a play call in. All right, they've done that part successfully as far as just continuing to let the clock melt away and playing keep away essentially at this point. They're trying to go end around Marins, and it is recovered. Fumbled it once, almost didn't have it on the initial recovery. He dives on top of it, and the first down marker currently is at the 3-yard line, and they're going to be spotting this one at the 35.
Holy cow.
You got 3rd and Miami County going to be coming up here when we return. Timeout on the field by Paola.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Again, I was just getting ready to really bring this up. And at what point, if you're Coach Smith, do you want to start burning these timeouts? He just took his first. 2 remaining for Paola, still all 3 for Tonganoxie. But I mean, this is a scenario. How we even got here to this point is maddening. First down, you got to get it inside the 5. It is 3rd and 32.
3rd in Miami County.
What do you have drawn up here for 3rd and 32? They pitch it out, trying to get it on that side. A stiff arm, but not going to shake off the tackler. Bringing it down for the Panthers, Maximus Jones.
Tackler for the Panthers, number 25, Maximus Jones.
And I think we just had the second timeout taken by Paola.
That's a great name for a football player, Maximus.
Maximus, that is a good name. I like it.
Well, we got a up-and-comer, a running back on the on the Chieftains
Yep.
called Tough Rush.
Yep, number 31, 5'10", 155-pound freshman. Yeah, Tough Rush. That is and he's a running back too. Running back, linebacker. That is that's a heck of a name.
Yep,
for sure. So only one remaining timeout in the game for Paola. All we have in second. Let's take a look at what we have coming up on the road here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. A good variety: football, volleyball, soccer. Next week on the road at Bonner Springs, and then we hit that following Thursday, October 9th, the senior night for the volleyball crew at home against the Braves, and then back at home October 10th, 8 Mile showdown against the Baser-Linwood Bobcats, and then that following Tuesday at Beatty Field again, this time on the soccer pitch, as the Chieftains and the Bobcats will face off there. Again, to see the full fall broadcast schedule, head over to varsitysportslive.com/Tonganoxie. As I say all the time, all postseason coverage, we just got to wait and see where they're at and where we're able to go and what we're able to do. If they're at Tongi, we'll be there. We're going to do them. So that last play, it just gets them 2 yards. It's 4th and 30.
I wonder if he'll pooch kick this.
I think that's what it's going to be. Little roll out. Yep. Gunner trying to get down the field, and it is going to work out.
Holy cow.
Pinned down at the 1 yard line. You cannot ask to do it any better.
No.
2 yard line.
And credit to Bodie with the boot, and credit to the Gunners, too, getting down there and securing it.
I was surprised those Gunners weren't blocked very well.
Yeah, they did kind of just have a
they had a kind of free run
at
it.
it. Yeah.
Well, if you're the Chiefs, you got to expect to pass on every play.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty safe to assume here. 5 minutes, 28 seconds. One timeout for Paola. Stein takes the snap, throws it from his own end zone, and complete to Shea. Has a gap, and Brady Martin will track him down at the 30-yard line. Whew. Potential touchdown-saving tackle there for Brady Martin.
Oh, no question about it.
Longest play from scrimmage tonight for the Panthers. They go back to Shea. Gets around Truitt, avoids another would-be tackler. Penalty flag does come in. This could be in the area of holding, but let's wait and see. And that would be a crusher here for Paola.
Yep. These two teams can't get out of their own way.
There will be a hold against Paola.
It's like a block in the back.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Well, regardless, not ideal. Not what you want. And, and to follow that on the big hitter, too. 28 yards down the field to Shea, and you're thinking, all right, here we go. And now, just like that, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, as you say.
Nope.
Backs him up, 2nd and 20. Pressure coming. Stein gets rid of it, deflected, and incomplete. And another flag will come in at around where the quarterback was hit. And a couple of Panthers look to be shaken up. Stein is one of them, as he'll be helped up to his feet.
Is that going to be a personal foul?
Little hobbled on that left leg is Stein. And this could be a situation where Paola might have to put in the backup. I don't know. They're going to call roughing the passer on the Chieftains.
And the Chieftains give it right back.
So back-to-back weeks now for Tongi of 10-plus penalties in the ball game. That is number 10. And for Paola, the story is Mason Stein, who cannot put much pressure, any pressure, on that left foot.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. I don't know if he tweaked it or.
Hate to see that for the young man. Hope that he is okay. That 15-yard penalty, it's an automatic first down for Paola and a new quarterback. I believe. We'll get a look at the number here in a second, but going to go design keep. Bouncing it out. We'll try to do it again. Able to work his way up the sideline. Nice scamper there, Blake Koslow. Able to take it himself, and where do they have him marked? Right near the line of gain. He got 9.
Good job of getting out of bounds and stopping that clock, too.
Under 5 to go. 4 minutes, 59 seconds. He got out of bounds and stopped the clock. Koslow will now look to throw. Holthaus, pressure coming, fires it, deflected, incomplete. Looking for Metcalf on the near side. Great coverage there from the Chieftains secondary to bat it away.
Back in coverage is number 4, Kaysen Lindsey.
Kaysen Lindsey again, credit there. What a defensive night Kaysen Lindsey.
Yeah, he's had a great night.
Could be in the running for our potential County Road Brewing Player of the Game honors in the Brothers Market postgame show. And looks like the Chieftains might have crossed the neutral zone early, and that's Koslow turning short.
Yeah.
To give him those free 5 yards. Offsides on Tongi.
Not only that, the clock doesn't start.
That one hurts a little bit.
That's number 11, right? Wow.
Koslow will toss it out here. Shea with the head of steam, hit hard. He goes into Chieftain territory. They'll mark him at the 47.
Midfield for progress down to the Tonganoxie 47-yard line. Tripped up by number 3. That's Baron Dorn.
As Stein continues to be checked out over there on the training table. He's got his helmet off. They're taking a look at that left foot, left ankle where he was hit and was pretty hobbled up, was not able to put any pressure on it. And the Panthers right now working with the backup option, and Koslow, who will look to throw over to his left, caught, trying to make a move, make a man miss. He picked up the first down, but not being able to get much more. Reception made for Landon Murdoch. Panthers trying to go with a little hurry up.
Number 8, Jacob Marins with the stop.
Roll out. Koslow surveying. We'll just take off with it. Trying to get around the edge, and it is Baron Dorn, the one that'll shove him out of bounds. A pretty tough position to be put in here for Blake Koslow. Mostly used as a defensive back on the defensive side of the ball for this Paola Panther squad. And this point late in the game where, hey, if we get a quick score here, you know, who knows what can happen. And
oh, yeah, this is far from over.
Yeah. Trying to do it in the role as the backup quarterback. Koslow, sidearms, is complete. Able to find it at the near sideline near the 30.
By number 3, Trace Metcalf.
He finds Metcalf. There's a little bit of that baseball background for Koslow there. The little sidearm delivery. To the left. Another run for Koslow. Not going to get anywhere. Baron Dorn again to wrap him up and bring him down just for a gain of 1 or right at the line of scrimmage. I think no gain is what it's going to be.
Open field tackler was number 3.
John Golba will sub in at that interior defensive tackle spot for Corbin Truitt. Again to throw, steps up in the pocket, has a lane, and Koslow will take it off right at the doorstep of the red zone down to the 20. He gets the first down needed.
Yep.
Koslow, first down yardage on the run.
And there is still a pulse here for the Panthers. They stopped the clock to spot the ball, 3 minutes and counting. Now we're under 3. Got to start going quick here for the Panthers. Koslow with the snap again to his left. Koslow up the field, had a lane. Look like he might have ran into his offensive lineman. That's back-to-back gains of first downs on the ground for Blake Koslow. Goal to go now for him and the Panthers. Chieftains continuing, trying to make substitutions here.
First down, goal to go.
And Panthers have been going up-tempo. Shea from the right to the left of Koslow.
Uh-oh.
And
Bad
a
snap.
bad snap. I think we had a false start before it, though, which actually
really?
is going to work
Yeah.
in favor of Paola
On
here.
the field, false start on the offense.
Yeah, that's a penalty that's a break for the Panthers there. You don't say that very often.
No. Penalty number 9 in the game for Paola.
Holy cow.
But again, if there was a case where you wanted that penalty to come
Yeah.
in, it was right there.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit of a break here for the Panthers. Clock runs again. We're under 2.5. Koslow, pressure coming, finds Shea, and he's not going to get away. I believe that was Owen Robbins on the far side. Nicely done as Murdoch, if he gets away, I think he takes it in for 6.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Koslow gets a block from Shea out to the right, trying to bounce it out around the edge to the 5, and he is escorted out by a pair of Chieftains, Case and Lindsay. And now Koslow a little slow to get up. Lindsay, good sportsmanship to help him up.
Quarterback keeper for number 13, Koslow. Chased out of bounds at the 5.
And it will now be goal to go at the 5. He did get out of bounds, so that stops the clock at 1:43.
Third down goal.
Saves that last time out for Paola.
Big spot here in this ballgame. 4-down territory no matter what. Here's third and goal at the 5.
Yep.
Koslow taking over this drive for the injured quarterback Mason Stein. Koslow steps up, pressure all around him, and he's just going to get past the line of scrimmage, maybe a positive yard, as fourth down will be coming up here.
Yeah,
and Paola, I think, just took their final timeout.
On the field.
And they did.
Final team timeout.
No more timeouts remaining in the game. It's 4th and goal. Chieftains want to stop. More than likely, they're going to wrap up this ball game. We'll have it for you on the other side here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tonganoxie? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
So here we go here. 4th and goal. Panthers need it. Man in motion. Koslow will throw to him. And he's able to break a tackle, slung around close to the goal line, and he's going to be short.
Yep. Turned away again.
And the flag comes in here. It's going to be against Paola. One of their linemen, that's Jackson Troutman, number 57, came off the field. He had his helmet off, and he is hot about something.
No question.
As he'll get tagged with the unsportsmanlike play there.
Man. He's going to have to explain that to the coach.
He's still on the sideline. He is.
Yeah, he's
hot. And that caps off
currently what stands as a 10 penalty night
Yeah.
for Paola, 11 for the Chieftains. It hasn't been pretty and clean on either side, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Should be victory formation here for the Chieftains. Paola, he's out of timeout, so. Let's hope it doesn't get chippy here.
Yeah, that's the last thing. Again, it would be kind of shades back to
Yeah.
that Lansing game.
Yeah.
On the road at Lansing last season, and you never want to see any of that, but it's a couple of kneel downs here, and the Chieftains are going to move on their way to 3-1. You never apologize for a win.
No, you
right?
don't. It was an ugly one, though.
No doubt. But you come out with the win.
Yeah.
Shorthanded, no Elijah Holthouse, other players that were injured. But
Boy, did his brother step up, though.
Oh, man.
Roman had a game.
I think Roman tonight has made his case to get some more playing time on the defensive side, especially.
Can you imagine both of them out there?
You can have the Holthouse special, one on the left,
Boy,
one on the right.
kidding.
Man, you can do it. And Truitt and
Meet at the
Golba,
quarterback.
Truitt and Golba had great pressure up the middle tonight, too.
Yeah.
All around, the defense was solid, no doubt. And the big number, you're going to look at that +4 in the turnover margins, 4 turnovers taken by Tongi from Paola, and that will help them seal up this win. 14-0, 2 touchdowns. It's always needed. One in their opening drive in the first half, the opening drive in the second half. That was all the scoring tonight for the Chieftains, and they win it. 14-0. And a battle in the Frontier League. The Chieftains will advance to 3-1 a month into the 2025 season, now officially at the halfway mark. And the Paola Panthers will fall to 2-2. We will break down this game, recap the action, give some game stats, and announce our County Road Brewing Player of the Game. Brothers Market post-game show is up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftains win 14-0.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Back here at Tonganoxie Sports Live, we wrap it up at the Brothers Market post-game show. Back-to-back victory Brothers Market post-game shows here on Tongi Sports Live. 40-15 victorious last week. Tonight, a little more low scoring, but a win nonetheless. 14-0. Chieftains get the win, advance to 3-1 on the 2025 season. 2-1 in Frontier League play. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here with you, wrapping up the contest. Denny, first, your thoughts and takeaways from another Chieftain victory.
Yeah, it's another victory, but, man, they have got to clean these penalties up. How many was it again tonight? 11?
11.
11 and 13 last week. So, man, I tell you what, that's killing them. It's killing drives. It's keeping the opponents driving. But, Cason Lindsay had a great game. He intercepted 2 passes in the end zone, and that shut down 2 scores. This could have been a tie ball game.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a big moment for him, and kind of we always talk about it. It seems like there's a breakout game for a lot of these guys, especially these underclassmen that kind of step up and take through. And Cason Lindsay, he was the man that did that tonight, and that is why he is taking home our County Road Brewing Player of the Game honors. County Road Brewing congratulates Cason on being named the Player of the Game. Rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing today in Tonganoxie. A couple of pass breaks up. So you mentioned that those 2 interceptions that he had, and that was moments in the game where Paola, they had 2 drives both the times. They were 10-plus plays. Yeah. They were in the red zone, shots at the end zone. Both times he was covering. I believe Pichnicka was the one he was covering, and they threw it to Lindsay twice in the end zone, and he picked them off both times. And the whole secondary for the defense, it's just the defense in general. You shut out an opponent. Yeah. That's a great performance all the way around, and we could have given this to anybody on that defensive side. I think before we had this sponsored, I think you would have just given it to the entire defense.
Yeah, you're right.
Got to give it to a player. Honorable mentions, though, to the other 10 guys plus are out there.
Yeah, no question about it, partner. They played really well on defense. They struggled at times on offense, but the penalties again are just something they're going to have to clean up.
Yeah, I mean when you're looking at it tonight, I think the Chieftains are going to finish 3 of 7 on third downs. They were 1 of 2 on fourth downs, 11 penalties. They had 1 sack, 0 turnovers. They continue to stay pretty clean on turnovers.
So far.
2 turnovers through 3 turnovers through 4 games. 1 in week 1. They had back-to-back weeks of interceptions. They didn't have 1 tonight, so the first game of the season with no turnovers for the Chieftains, and still got a whole bunch of other stats I still need to tally up here. But again, congratulations. Cason Lindsay, you are our Week 4 County Road Brewing Football Player of the Game. So you go back to the Brothers Market post-game show here. I can tell you Bodie Maslak threw the air tonight, 13 of 19, 108 yards, no touchdowns. He only had 4 completions in that first half, and he came off and rattled off 9 in the second. He looked a lot more comfortable, a little more he was able to dissect the defense better, and really outside of the penalties, there were a couple drive killers there. There was one, they had it. The first down was at the 2-yard line or the 3-yard line, and it was 3rd and 32 from the. It was just so that was really
back-to-back big penalties.
Yeah, and especially in that second half, that's really where drives kind of started to pull away. Because you had the touchdown on the opening drive to go up 14-0, and then you have the ensuing kickoff that's fumbled by Paola, and then you take it at the 6-yard line. They run out of steam. They tried the field goal from 23. It was missed by Cody Lobb wide left, and then in the fourth quarter they had to punt, but that was another drive where they were inside the Paola 15. They were in the red zone.
Yeah, Bodie Maslak did a wonderful kick, and the Gunners got down there and pinned him at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and that was pretty much all she wrote there. Give credit to the Panthers, though, and without their starting quarterback, Stein, who got hurt there at the end, Blake Costlow, they call his number. They run some Wildcat with him. He was able to work it down the field, give his team a chance, and they came up just about 1.5 yards short, and the Chieftains nailed it out, and that was all she wrote in this one. We'll take one more break here. The Brothers Market postgame show. We'll try to give some player stats and then give some scoring updates from those pregame area matchups and final words here from us as we sign off from Paola. We'll be back in a moment.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort from Tonganoxie today.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Back here, Brothers Market post-game show. In case you missed it, Kason Lindsay, our County Road Brewing Player of the Game here in Week 4. Here are your stat totals for the Chieftains tonight. They had only 2 scoring drives. Their first drive in the first half, first drive in the second half. Enough to hold on to win 14-0. Bodie Mazlik through the air, finishing 13 of 19, 108 yards. No throwing touchdowns. He did have 1 rushing touchdown on 7 carries and 52 total yards. Blake Riedel, 15 carries, 65 yards. No touchdowns for him. And Paxton Summers, he had the other touchdown in the game. 4 carries, 27 yards for him. That 1 touchdown was a 5-yard rushing touchdown, the first of the varsity season for Paxton Summers. Marin's 1 carry for 17 yards, and Silas McCloy, 1 carry, -1 yards. On to the receiving side, another great career night for Jacob Marin's, 9 receptions, just a reception shy of matching his season total coming into tonight. Now at 19 total receptions, 84 yards tonight. No touchdowns. Kipton Harder, 2 receptions for him with 29 yards. And Blake Riedel, 1 reception, 4 yards, as did Brady Martin, 1 reception, 4 yards. Landon Ruff, he did have a couple targets, but not able to bring a pass in. Chieftains on third downs tonight, they end up finishing for 3 of 7. They went 1 for 2 on fourth downs, 11 penalties. Got to find a way to be better on that. And 4 of those came in the first half, too.
Yeah.
So a lot here in the second half.
7 penalties in the second half.
Got to find a way to clean up on that. 1 sack going to Roman Holthouse. No turnovers. They were able to take 4 off of Paola. You had the 2 interceptions for Kason Lindsay. You had a fumble on the kickoff return. It was put on the ground by Easton Hensley. The Panthers tried to do a little end-around play. It did not work out. Chieftains were all over it. And Bodie Shea had a fumble in the final drive for Paola in the first quarter. Big part of why the Chieftains were able to hold on and win tonight 14-0. Always helps when you're +4
yeah, no
in
question.
the turnover margin. So those are your –
help offset some of those penalties.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So those were your player stats for the Chieftains here tonight. Again, take one last look at what we got coming up here in the near future. We're off for a week. We'll see you guys next Friday, again on the road at Bonner Springs. Chieftains looking pretty good right now as far as going into that matchup. 2 weeks from now, the 8 Mile Showdown against Baser Linwood looks to be coming in on a 3-game winning streak. We'll see if they can continue that next week on the road at Bonner Springs. Keeping it with the Braves, it'll be volleyball Thursday, October 9th, senior night back at home. 8 Mile Showdown against the Bobcats 2 weeks from now, and then our final regular season soccer matchup Tuesday, October 14th, Tongi versus Baser once again there. Denny, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here tonight?
Yeah, you got to be feeling pretty fortunate to come out here and spoil Paola's homecoming and walk away with a win, because I think if you ask the coaches, they're not real happy with the play tonight. But, you never apologize for a win. Like we always say, no matter if you win pretty or ugly, a W is a W. So,
W is a W.
Yep.
That's it. And I think for this, it's not necessarily, the defense has been, they get roughed around that week 2 matchup against Spring Hill. And since then, they've allowed 15 points over the last 2 weeks. And,
yeah, that's pretty good.
They've looked really, really solid. And, for the offense, they've shown they've had the ability to – they can put up 40 points like they did last week. They can put up points here again tonight. They put up 14. But really, to me, it's the penalties. You just got to clean up on the penalty. When you got 20-plus penalties combined in 2 weeks of football, that's not a winning formula and a way to be very successful.
And you can't do that against the Baser Linwood. I mean, you're just asking for trouble if you do that.
Yeah, you still got Baser and Linwood coming up. You have Eudora. I mean,
Yeah,
about the
Eudora,
final 3
yeah.
games of the season: home against Baser, home against Eudora, who last time we checked, let's see if I can actually get a scoring update here. They were leading Ottawa by a touchdown. So you got Baser and Eudora at home to wrap up the home schedule, and then you go on the road at Ottawa in the final week. That's a brutal stretch to close out the season. Let's see if we can get an update real quick before we walk away. I only just want to see that Eudora-Ottawa game because that was really, like, right now the matchup of 2 teams. And, Denny, I'll tell you what, 35-21 Cardinals. I think we got there's a lot of attention going to be placed in Eudora on Coach Steffen's squad.
Yeah,
and,
no question.
Look out for Eudora. So that's not looking like a gimme matchup anymore. I'm not saying it was a gimme matchup, but the Chieftains were going to be favorable in that. But man, I'll tell you what, Cardinals by the time the sun rises tomorrow, they'll be in sole possession of first place in the Frontier League halfway through the season. I don't think a lot of people had that in their scorecard here tonight. We're going to wrap it up here alongside Dennis Drennan on camera, Brittany Funk on camera, Dennis Drennan on color. I'm Dylan Funk saying so long. Thank you guys for joining along with us tonight. We will see you next time here on your home of the Tonganoxie Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week in Bonner.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.